The Layer's a hard place to live. Real hard. Ain't no soft landing nowhere in it. Smiling at you like it already know your name, already in the room when you walk in. That's the slings and arrows, you don't hear them fly, you just feel that sting and wonder where it came from. Whole layer wrapped in dark mystery. Old magic in the walls. Wizards whispering deals they don't keep. Dragons watching from the shadows, counting bodies like loose change. Succubus love looks sweet at first, then you wake up lighter than you went to sleep. Heart tax, soul pawn. It's war out here. Quiet war. Betrayal wears silk and smile real nice. Same cats break bread with you. Be the one selling your name 2 streets over. This whole thing a stone cold trip, baby. No fair fights, no refunds. So whatever shield you walk around with, it better be battle tested. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not fresh out the armory, I'm talking chipped paint. Bent edges. Blood you couldn't wash off even if you tried. Cause the Layer don't care how fly you look in your armor. They care what's still holding when the smoke drifts off. If you still here tomorrow, still breathing, still standing on your square, then yeah, you's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Layer. Let me see. I'm gonna take this off. Camera. What's going on, party people? The dream's now been fulfilled. Get out the seat and let's get ill. Broadcasting live from the West Coast, Oakland, California, to be specific. It is motherfucking night. Took a little break, did a whole lot of sleeping, but we back at it like a crack addict. Let's bring a guest up. We starting off early.
Come on in.
Playing, it's always a treat when players leave.
Is that the actual auntie from the YouTube purge?
Yeah, it's me, bro.
What's happening, Playboy?
What's going on, dog?
Another one like the other one. Another one like the other one. We are about to talk about Miss Daphne Joy, and then this whole thing about women being the providers and protectors and the real men in the community.
Of whatever. That's crazy. Y'all have fun with that. I actually wanted to talk about, because I was on the panel on Trade the Truth Tellers with you the other night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is probably a good segue for your topic. But it looked like you and Here for the T, y'all was just kind of playing the dozens, man. That was it, you know. And I think it looked like she pretty much came up on the panel for the smoke, man. She was just playing around a little bit. But
they nice nasty, her and Mo Love.
Yeah, but
they always say, you know, and we're not coming for the men, and then it turns into the men.
Because before she came up, I mean, I was in it looked like it was a conversation amongst men about men. I mean, I guess it kind of had to do with how, men spend their money on women or whatever. But for the most part, we was pretty much, what I'm saying, people had they comments about, men, tricking as opposed to simping and all of that other shit. So it wasn't like an attack on women, but then somehow, some way, it looked like she tried to turn it into that. But then y'all two started playing a dozen. It seemed like it was cool. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of
Yeah, because it's
you
not.
just
I
won.
don't want to be disrespectful, but I just don't like that nice nasty stuff.
Mm.
Just say y'all don't like dudes like that. And then the conversation was left when she started talking about she's a pretty lady and she's nice to people and guys.
And then she started
compliment her
shifting the
even
lace front. And then she started shifting the lace front on camera. Hey. So
like,
you went to roasting. It's like, yeah. And I didn't think she had a problem with it, but what you got to say about, like, you know what I'm saying, AM coming up and jumping in front of Live Ammunition for her?
I think he pivoting. He does these things where, I think he's looking for a new audience, a new conversation. I really, for the most part, I like AM, so I really don't try to bump heads with him. I really don't try to bump heads with a lot of people because everybody got their own perspectives. I don't have a whole lot of, like dislike for the things that he say, but it is different from my initial seeing of him. Like when somebody came up there and said he's the godfather of talking crazy about women, then he kind of like pivoted and said, it seemed like he's defending women more nowadays.
Well, okay, so that believe it or not, that's not new. You've been around long enough. Especially with AM, and a lot of them, Tommy,
Yeah, they kind of do that thing where they,
yeah,
I can't get.
They kind of do that. Like, okay, the first time I saw it with AM, and I fucks with AM, I rock with AM, but at the same time, first time I saw it was when Kevin Samuels was popping off, and they had, he had his issues with Kevin. So then it was like, yo, whatever Kevin says, you got to kind of take the contrarian side. That's like when, when I first came, that's when I kind of saw like the whole Black manosphere kind of split.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw it kind of split. There were
to me though, Kevin was an amalgamation of all of them. Little Angry Man, little BGS Igma, little Ron Wills, a little Sinful to P. He was a little bit of all of them.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw him, he was talking about stereo equipment and glasses to drink brandy out of and cologne and clothes. And I thought that was cool. But then when he started, he hooked up with Ramil and they started talking to the dudes, that went down like the Lindenberg. Them dudes was just, I don't know what, it was just a slow class calling in or whatever else, but he quickly pivoted from that. And again, here's a man talking to men, and then the women came in because they wanted to throw shots at the men. And then he said, well, wait a minute, let's look at you.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it kind of blew up. But I mean, I'm just saying, I seen AM take that contrarian side. But I just believe, like, just situations like that, I'm not going to say that's when it becomes dangerous. It's when it can kind of become counterproductive or whatever.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
At the end, man, look, I get it. It's the co-ed space. Women are going to involve themselves in men's conversations, and in some cases, men involve themselves in women's conversations. This shit happened. But that was one of those situations. You want to involve yourself in a conversation full of men, that's fine. Just don't show up to the baseball game expecting us to start playing softball because you showed up. I don't think she expected that, but
didn't Tom Hanks say there ain't no crying in baseball?
No, it ain't supposed to be none. But
if you come up here with these men and you get one of them ones that be like, well, bitch, because they're around too. You came up there.
But with y'all, it wasn't even like that. Like that shit was a little friendly fire, bro. It didn't even seem like that's what I said. I was like, see, so
yeah, because overall, even the women that Little Miss Sandras, they got their opinion too. It don't really be that. It just be when somebody else jump in and like, now we finna come defend her. Wait a minute.
Which wasn't really necessary because I'm like, she was taking shots. She was just getting shot down. Like She just lost a little roast battle. That's it.
I just try to be soft, gentle with it. I don't want to go crazy. I don't ever want to do that. But it was friendly fire. It was friendly fire. That's kind of like the Daphne Joy thing. She going around to the people that's soft shoeing with her. Everybody she going to is real, gentle and delicate versus just saying, well, we don't really want to call you a whore, but you definitely a freak.
Yeah.
They won't even say that. They soft shoeing with her like a delicate dance. Oh yeah, Kills. I told you I was funny. What's up, Kills? What's going on, No Chaser? What's going on, Deucey? We finna get into it though. Let's look at what they call beautiful Daphne Joy. Let me see. Snatch this up right quick. With Cam Newton, who's been under fire lately too for trying to say he ain't banging everything moving. Whole staff of fine women. Let's see.
I present the son and introduce the others. The one and only Miss Daphne Joy. Ooh. How we doing?
Great. How are you?
Magnificent.
I need to take a deep breath too.
Mm.
Should we do deep breaths together?
Yeah, let's try.
Inhale for 4.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do all of that.
Are you nervous?
Yes. These don't get easier. They just keep getting more nerve-wracking.
Where does the nervousness come from?
I think 1, my tea. 2, talking to somebody new. 3, knowing the public audience there's going to be a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
So, and I guess 4, not really being the type to talk so much all the time. And so it's a different muscle for me, for sure.
Let's talk about that. Obviously, as this...
How are you in tapes with Diddy and doing the stuff that you doing and talking about this is a different muscle? What?
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's like, yeah, pause, but
So you shy?
but not, yeah. I mean, well, not. I mean, but she definitely know how to work the muscles. But yeah. But maybe she is. I mean, hey, talking to the general public, not everybody's cool like that. But you don't mind getting loose and getting freaky when you don't know cameras are around and shit, man.
I know, but the trial and happened, and your name is brought up, and then your guy did that documentary and left you out of it completely. Which kind of by episode, I think I was on episode number 2. I was like, "Where is this girl?" Because she just as important as Cassie is. Them the main 2. And she not in the video. I say 50. Protect your own though.
kind of unfolded. Like I said, we're lucky to have this opportunity to speak with you, being, so much on the tip of people's tongue, so to speak. And I say that because when we had our intimate conversation off camera with you and our team, the thing that was glaring that a lot of people are not realizing, or they are realizing, is that now you're popping out. Now you're talking. Now you're coming on or bursting on the scene and controlling the narrative. Why now?
I've generally experienced being a topic of conversation, but I just kind of shy away from it or avoid it, or I just let the narrative just run wherever it runs and everything. And I think at this point, I'm just like, I think I want to, join in on the conversation about me. So why not just to kind of give a little bit more context and let people see a little bit of a different side to me. There's just so much more than, the things that are posted and whatnot.
As you mentioned, a different side of you, I'll just even start by saying just a side of you.
Yeah.
Because we've always heard, or somebody else, speaking on your behalf, or somebody else making their own, speculations. And I'm talking about from the public's eye to specific individuals. It has to be asked in a way where, has it ever become overwhelming?
I would say yes. I feel like I'm always at some points in my life, just always in the eye of some storm. Mm-hmm. And I just always choose to try to just be still and let it kind of run its course, let emotions just kind of fade and calm down. And so I can just kind of get back to my peace. But in the eye of the storm, yes, it's very overwhelming for sure.
Now, as we were doing our breath work, I'm big on meditation. I'm big on, tapping in. Yeah. And a lot of times, individuals may shy away from it. And I think, contrary to what
he's a big, giant, athletic, rich weirdo to me. Because I just don't get it. The hats, the knees out, the overly, I mean, come on, Cam.
Most people may think, but I've seen it through a creator's lens as well as an individual lens. You've linked into it, right?
Yeah.
How's your mental throughout this roller coaster? When you're talking about the eye of the storm, the tornado, the twister,
Right.
how's your mental through it all?
I think it's just been a pretty turbulent last few years, and I think I've just developed some good skin for it now. And like I said, it's what I can count on is that after all the chaos, it does calm down. So like sometimes I can just be surrounded by like so much darkness, but I will see like a little glimmer of light, and I will just focus on that little glimmer of light and just expand it till it's bright, and all is well again.
I think it's so important for people to hear intentions and understanding why certain things are what's your angle. And honestly, like I mentioned 3 different ways. We've prepared our tails off thanks to the likes of Janae, thanks to the likes of Billy, thanks to the likes of Alatra and Co. To present the best version of what we deem as doing research on said individual. That's one. Number 2, we've created, and when I say we, not just myself, but we've created such a great loyal following with Funky Friday that we want to ask questions that people want to also know. And third, which is my favorite because it has everything to do with me, a lot of these questions are stemmed from my own interests. So throughout this whole interview, I do not want to disrespect. I don't want to attack, nor do I want to have an angle that misrepresents the platform of Funky Friday, but also puts you as a guest in a way that makes you.
I don't think you have to disrespect her. I just think you have to have an honest conversation where she's not offended by the honest questions.
Well, that's a disclaimer. He just put out a disclaimer now. Like, I'm about to ask you some questions. So if you answer them honestly, and of course, unfiltered, you might not be seen in the most positive light.
But I think you gotta, if you listen,
he just given his disclaimer ahead of time.
I think if you were a part of that lifestyle, though, you gotta own that. I was looking at this documentary about Magic City, and they went back to the old school up until more recent time. They talked about the owning everything else. All them women own that. They don't shy away from it. They talk about, when BMF first got up in there, they talked about how with the clubs that they came from, all the things that they went through, how some of them needed to get drunk or get high to even be there. A lot of them is lesbians and all. They just own it. Why not just own it? It's already been talked about. They can't double try you.
I think by her even coming out and being willing to talk about her freak of the week lifestyle, that is pretty much owning it. But they even I listen to the words that are said right there. So he even said, like, now you're talking and you're willing to control your own narrative. So a lot of people do have that issue where they believe that they can control the narrative. Like, you can come out there and say whatever the hell you want, but people gonna believe what the hell they want to believe, man.
For sure.
So that's I'm with you, man. If you did it, you did it, and what? That's the easiest way for it to just go away. For it to go away, because can't nobody see. You don't have to worry about getting exposed if you just truthful about it to begin with, and you stand on what you did. But hey, listen a little bit more. I'm like, whatever. You a grown ass woman consenting adult, do what the hell you want to do. You ain't got to really explain that shit to nobody unless you're trying to build up your own platform and your own brand.
And I think she is.
Yeah.
What's going on, studio? What's going on, Ronnie? I think she is.
Extremely uncomfortable. So I do need to say that. Now, how did you find out that the video was leaked?
Just like you did. I just woke up. Yeah. And people are like, you're viral on Twitter. And I was like, so many things have gone on. And I've been so used to waking up like that. And I'm just like, ugh, what now? And it was, yeah.
Yeah. So when certain things like that do happen, was there a precursor first? Were people trying to say, hey, we have this? Was there a blackmail situation? Like, that's the burning question, is like, did you know this even existed? And were you really shocked that this happened? Or was this something that you just felt needed to, or it was going to happen regardless?
Yeah. So as I've said before, it was something that was always kind of like looming around. We didn't really nip it in the bud when it first surfaced. Like a couple years ago, it was actually presented to me in a blackmail form. And it was almost just like, either you do this or it's out. And at the time there was just so much going on. And I was even gonna like stay quiet about it. I was gonna like go through with the blackmail, and just my really good friend was like listening to my story, like my really close confidant, and she was like, "You need to tell your lawyer this is like illegal. What do you mean? Like, what am I even listening to? Like, do not go through with that. Like, this is so illegal in so many ways." And so then I did get advice from my lawyers, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa."
Mhm.
And I thought that the situation had been contained, and I thought that people would be almost too afraid of it, or just like not even touch it because the severity of it being like non-consensually filmed. I didn't even know it existed, or that anyone had possession over it. And then for someone to just be like, "Hey," and then I don't know if you know, but then there was some time that had passed. I thought it was contained, so I had felt calm about that. Some time had passed, and a really big media company was like, "We just got a hold of this tape. Do you have a comment?" And it was the first time that I like ever fainted. Like I've never fainted in my life, and it was just so. Imagine being in that position. Like, "Hey, we have this tape of you. Like, do you have a comment?"
Was this recent or was this in the past? With the media?
I would say like now it's been like a couple years now. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I've never been like just, held against the wall like that. It just felt so involuntary and like so invasive and extremely.
Nidus.
Violent.
So check this out, right? This is what I was originally saying when Diddy was being charged with racketeering. When the original prosecutor brought the case about, I had a feeling that's what that whole freak off, I'm filming it stuff was. It was an extortion ring.
Yeah.
It was an extortion ring. I'm like, you drug people, you do all types of nasty stuff, you film it, and then you threaten them later. You threaten them later, or you just leak the footage to somebody that's going to threaten them. You got celebrities, you got political figures, you got people that this can ruin. So that when the case went to trial, all of a sudden they're trying to frame it into just like trafficking, like prostitution, and like a violence against women case. And I'm like, that's why you lost it. I'm like, this was an obvious extortion ring.
Yeah.
Like obvious, because they was saying that, and these are rumors, so it's not factual. But these are rumors. It was like, man, some of that, some freak off footage was going on the dark web for like $500 million in some cases.
I think that's how he kept his money. And
Yeah,
they didn't find any tapes.
yeah. So that's really what it was about. So I thought it was a slam dunk racketeering case, because you running an extortion ring. That's clear as day what it is. Somebody, dudes wake up with a sore ass,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a damn DVD or a tape right there talking about play me. We got copies. We got copies.
I
Do
think
this,
that's why
do
they
that,
didn't want to go
whatever.
in that direction, because there was probably some names in there that they did not want.
Boom.
There
Then
you go.
that's what I said. And I'm like, people was like, "Oh, well, what happened when they raided his crib and they got all of this footage?" I'm like, boom, that's it. They got everything they needed. They about to destroy it or get it back in the hands of the people that never wanted it to get out in the first place. And that was the goal. Like, that was the goal. People like public humiliation rituals. Nah, people just wanted that footage and they wanted it gone. That's it. To certain people in high places, whether that's,
And I would think that
royalty, politicians, whatever. Yeah.
I would think that she knew about that.
Yeah, she was just one, but she's saying it right there. Like, come on, who has access to Diddy's freak off footage? Diddy and his people. So you knew about it, and she said it was brought to her with the attempt to extort, blackmail, extort, whatever. It's pretty much the same damn thing.
Yeah. So they was gonna do to you what you did to them.
So why not say that during the case? That's why I was like, you got enough people saying that. You got the racketeering and extortion, but I don't think they wanted to convict him. They just wanted that damn footage. That was it. That's all.
Bleeding for sure,
And then it came out anyway. It just came out anyway.
Yeah.
But they picking and choosing whose footage is coming out.
Yeah.
We contained that again. And then some time had passed, so much was going on. And then I start to kind of see it's, I start to see it kind of surfacing again. And at that point, I just had to breathe, because now the huge shock was out. The second shock, now I'm just like, okay, they're really like playing with fire here. So, and I'm just like hoping for the best there. And then boom, I wake up to your viral on Twitter. Although it was probably really, really, really shocking for some, I think I've just you know, tried to, I've withstood some time now where every time I feel like that pang or like that anxiety, I just like know how to just, you know, and just go with it. Well, not go with it, but what can we do?
Yeah.
You know, when anything surfaces on the internet, good luck, sayonara.
Yeah.
It's like, it's there
It's
forever.
like when somebody has certain things or your destiny in their hands, who knows what will happen from that. I want to go back to really two things as you were talking. And as you referred to we, right? So it's like we knew about it and we tried to self-contain it. When you use words like we, who are you referring to specifically?
I'm referring to the legal team
Okay.
and also my significant other back then.
Like I said, we've done our research. We're in the comments. We're seeing comments. These are questions that we're asking ourselves. When you say against the things that you really wanted to do, were you not aware that there was footage or it being filmed in that time? You were unaware.
I was unaware of this particular phone filming me, and I was completely unaware that this particular person even had possession of it or even had the intention to do whatever with it. So that's where the non-consent comes in, because it's like, it's
So
completely
I ain't gonna lie.
non-consensual
That-
to be filmed.
So that was phone footage?
Yes.
This is not a joking matter. But what kind of storage was that? Because like, golly, the amount of iCloud that was needed, you know what I mean, was just something like, geez, brother, like it's so much to unpack with this particular situation. My real question is asked in a way, was that a relationship?
Well, just to chime in on what you said about the storage. So you watched all 39 minutes?
I watched a large, substantial time. I wouldn't say all 39
How would you know
minutes, but
that?
I'll be a liar, I think.
You
Listen,
sure?
I promise to keep it funky. I promise to keep it a butt. I'm trying to tell you. I needed to do my research.
So what you're telling me is
For
you watched
sure.
it for 39 minutes.
I had to. It's my job to know exactly what I'm
Journalism,
talking
right?
about. For sure.
For journalism.
For sure.
For the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the people.
Yes. I had to really make sure that I knew exactly, not necessarily referring.
Now that laugh looks like you like being watched.
Is she proud of it, bro? You know, she proud of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Just stand right there, stand in it. Because women and the dudes in that lifestyle, they are proud of it. And look, you don't look like you trying to, you still scantily clad, you still got them bosoms out, you still got, you're flirting right now with Cam.
She flirting with the people, man.
This ain't nothing but a flirt session.
Yeah, she flirting with the people.
So
man.
let's not do the same thing with Cassie. Is she gonna have to get that money back? Or is she gonna have to get that money to that dude who said he didn't want to be caught up in this? This case is deeper than Diddy. Hey Bridget, this case is deeper than Diddy.
Yeah, she's proud of it, man.
Was that
Like
a real
you giggle,
relationship?
and then she
In my
asked
heart, it
Cam,
was.
like,
In my
"Yo,
heart and in my
did
soul.
you see it?
Definitely.
Hey,
You came out with a
did you
statement.
see it? The whole 39 minutes? Did you watch it? In other words, were you able to last for a whole 39 minutes while you was watching it? Or you had to watch it in like a few separate sessions? You know? Like, damn. Yeah, she's extremely proud of her her amateur corn career.
Yeah.
And it is, and I quote, everybody plays the fool sometimes, and I have been the biggest fool. You said you cross your own boundaries to make someone else happy. What did you mean by that?
I meant exactly what I meant, that I definitely was head over heels for my significant other then, and I just completely lost myself in love. I was just so in love. I mean, I just dove like head first without even no parachute, nothing. And you know, like his happiness was sometimes more than mine, like over mine, and like making him happy made me happy.
Mhm.
Yeah, just seeing him like happy and joyous and delighted was my joy and delight, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, how do I say, like let's say your significant other likes something in the bedroom that you may not really like,
Yeah.
but you love them so much,
Mhm.
and you just, sorry, I'm getting a little nervous.
You're good. You're good.
This is a new muscle for me.
Mhm.
Would you stop talking about a new muscle, woman? Why does she keep
The old
saying
ones
that?
still work. We do know
Yeah,
the
the
old
old
ones still work.
Yeah, the old one still works. And you good at it.
My dance break.
Take your time. Baby, don't you rush.
I know, these are just such like vulnerable
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And
and like very private, largely at some point in my life. Yeah.
it is though. And I, like I said, I would tell you to take your time.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the edge of my seat. So I already know everybody else is like,
Yeah.
because people want to know. And I think in your instance, everybody has spoke about you,
Yes.
referred to you, except for
Me.
you.
Yes.
When you have all parties that have been involved, I mean, one didn't speak, but it was off of the hands, as we would kind of assume. Then you had another person who went to a media outlet, spoke his truth. Another specific individual spoke his truth, and it's like, okay, well, let's go to the source.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So through this time, I want to be respectful. But was this the only time this has happened, or was this the only time that we seen these particular requests filmed?
I will take option C, and that's
Say less.
Yes.
Say less.
Yeah.
Now we're completely understanding that it was a blackmail, right? Do you care to share the offering of how that blackmail kind of went down?
Well, I want to have respect for your first question. I was getting a little nervous because I get a little nervous when I talk about him. But what I was saying was like, so for instance, if you have a significant other and they like something a little bit out of the norm for you, but you still do it because you love them and it excites them and it makes them happy, you know, and like over time, it just, what may have been something that was a little taboo, almost defines the relationship and becomes the relationship.
Yeah.
Your initial perception of what the relationship might be or like where it was going is like completely changing and changed. But now you're hooked and like you're still in love and you still want them happy and you're happy and they're your happiness and vice versa. And so it's just like a cycle, but deep down, that was never really your truest, deepest desires to begin with. But so I think that's where my choice of wording was eventually, you know, it does erode your own boundaries and like your own, you know, but there were a lot of lessons I learned from that relationship. I definitely learned a really big lesson, and that's just, you know, I definitely lacked a lot of self-love and self-respect for myself. I feel like I lost myself in that relationship. And so the biggest takeaway, because I'm, you know, I would consider myself a pretty positive person. I'm really optimistic. I see the light and I just, you know, try to expand it like the sun. And my biggest takeaway was just take some time for yourself and pour that love into you, you know, enjoy this quiet time. And
My goodness, here we go with the cycle babble. You was too excited just a moment ago talking about it. Let's see, they got timestamps. From humble beginnings, OnlyFans, self-care.
Yeah, you got to get that OnlyFans, you know, brand up. Got to get it up.
Yeah.
Pause.
and I'm just embracing it now. I don't really, I just wake up every day like, okay, what's going to make me happy today? Like, does that feel good to me? I'm going to go for that and not worry about anything else. It's just about me.
Is this new for you?
It is. Yes. I used to just always like overthink or like this and that. And now I'm just being like authentically myself. And it's still like its own little journey. It's like the budding of, you know.
Hey, RLM.
This new free-spirited me. And I love it because I just feel like I'm just like, oh, wow, like it feels good to be in the captainship, you know, like, wow, like this is my world, you know, and it's like to
how's OnlyFans different from being filmed in them damn Diddy scandals? Isn't it the same thing?
Oh, no, now you know the camera's on.
She's like found herself. It's exciting. She wants to be on the boat. What? Amen.
really understand that. Like, I know for some, like, what do you mean, girl? It's always your world. But it's like, no, you know, you haven't lived in my shoes, you know, and this is the first time I'm in my own captainship, and it feels good.
Yeah. So being in control of your own life.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you've seen, if any?
It's all been rewarding ever since. I hear a lot of my friends say that I'm glowing and that I'm like looking happier, and like that means a lot to me. And my skin has cleared, like everything. My hair has gotten longer. My eyes are brighter. You know, like I just have this like new, fresh perspective, and also desire to never look back on bad times and just continue moving forward. I feel like my driving force is really just all the exciting things life is still showing me, and like that life has to offer.
Yeah.
So,
just so we're on the same page, was the dark side of what people may know of Daphne, the scrutiny through other specific sources, or was it really an internal thing that nobody knew about? You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Go ahead.
I think it's definitely outside, external.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's definitely.
So everything that we've seen transpire of you being mentioned.
Yes, is all external.
Correct.
This is the first internally. You guys are like in the matrix with me now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as those things
in the
happen,
matrix,
do you fear that there's something else that could bring another loom? Or
I mean, if there is, you just got to take the bull by its horns and just ride it. You know, just ride it to the dawn.
Yeah.
You know, it's like now we're both playing now.
What? Listen, she found herself in OnlyFans. Take the bull by the horns. She's pressed up against the wall. Does she hear the way she's talking?
Yeah. She know exactly what she doing, man. She trying to build up that brand, man, and make her own damn money, man.
She
Hey.
finna get it too.
I ain't. Hey, I mean, bro, this is not some wholesome, respectable housewife chick. Like that's how she's probably made a living since she's been a legal adult. You know, by getting smutted by rich dudes.
Hey man.
You know, like that's what she is. So I ain't mad at her. And now she's got control of her smut career.
Yeah.
So hey, knock
So
yourself out.
she's gonna make the brand bigger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She don't have to, you know what I'm saying, wait for the alimony payments or the child support payments, or you know what I'm saying, hope, you know, Diddy just gives a stack here. Dudes like Diddy and rappers just give a stack here and there. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That now the money going directly into your account because you make it yourself. You got control of your own brand. You got your own, you know, LLCs. You get your own taxes done, and you can even, you know, kick off a whoredom course. You know, knock yourself out, man. You know, that's what the world needs. More just like her.
We're all playing now.
Absolutely. So for the people, and understand, you know, Daphne Joy, tell us about the entrepreneurship of you, your portfolio of how do you make money?
Oh.
I've seen skincare, I've seen content, I've seen so many different things, but just for you to use this platform to put people on.
Used to be a lot of brand partnerships. I dabbled into some swimwear, which was really nice, but now primarily I'm locked in with my OnlyFans. I opened up my OnlyFans about a couple years ago as well, 1.5 2 years ago, and I'm loving it. I feel like it's just like the next step to really just be involved with my fans and get really intimate with them. And like honestly, they fuel and motivate me.
I love that. Okay. So let me ask you, her fans, what exactly is this woman's talent other than working those muscles?
Working them muscles
And just being like
and having a glow and
that's what I'm about to say.
trophy.
So that's her because I mean to have fans you would have to have a talent or something. You would assume some kind of talent. But you have fans because you're eye candy, arm candy, and you know how to work your muscles. You know, okay. I get it.
I just saw Amber Rose with Adrian Broner and Dean the Great, and they pedestalized her. The streamers, I think Trey had a show about that the streamers is giving too much shine to these beautiful ladies. India Love, Amber Rose, they coming on there, you know, being able to, you know, express their talents, and all of them got makeup lines, and they all had scantily clad. They all been arm candy. Their histories is out here. It ain't no shaming no more. Amber said it right. No slut shaming.
Yeah, that was the purpose of the slut walk and all of that other stuff. Yo, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. But
we ain't got no other choice but to be.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem. It's just let's not BS like there's not like look, actions have reactions. I forget who's which scientist law that was. Every action there is an equal and or opposite reaction. And that's the rules of the world. So hey, if you want to be a slut, you can't be mad or surprised when you get called a slut.
Yeah, that shouldn't bother you at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just that. So just like you said, just stand on it. That's what you are. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe, I mean, I know you grew up in them days.
Yeah.
A hoe didn't mind being called a hoe. I actually took pride in the title of hoe.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's what's wrong.
They didn't just sell box and then say, don't call me a hoe. Newton's law. Thank you, Tony.
They'll tell you they're a hoe and how much it costs. And
yeah.
If you ain't paying,
that's it.
There you go.
You know, like
What's
no,
going on, Tony?
You call them a whore, they'll be like, no, I'm a hoe.
Yes. That's not getting hoe.
Yeah. don't get it twisted. You know. So, words have meanings. But that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, ain't no shame, but just stand on it, because it's insulting to be out here hoeing and then try to tell me that you're not hoe.
Yeah, because she said that amongst her soliloquies about her standards.
Yeah.
But she was so in love that she did things that she wouldn't do because of the love of the other person. She loved that other person more than she loved herself.
Now you a wholesome woman that just happened to be in love and you just wanted to please them, when nah, I mean you enjoyed getting smutted. That's all it is. Like, you just enjoyed getting smutted. Okay, and that's cool. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. You grown woman.
It's evidently a talent where you get fans.
Yeah. You get fans, you even get you a husband, you know what I'm saying, a rich baby daddy. I mean, every now and then, a tape might leak or something like that. But whatever, hey, actions have equal and or opposite reactions. that's the game, That's the game that you're in. But whatever.
Yeah, I feel like it might be like weird to be like, well, my fans like motivate. Well, I like really dig my love letters. Like, like I would like literally sit there like on my iPad, like, and I'm like tearing up because like they just see you in in a light, and they like want you to just keep going and be successful, and like they don't want you to stop, and like and like me being like a beacon of joy for their day, and like that motivates me, and like they're my beacon of joys. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just really love the platform, and I'm still.
They want you to keep going, and you're
stop.
Sunlight at the end of the day. Shout out to the shout outs. Yeah, that's 50 Cent baby mama. What's going on, Brownie? What's going on, Hola?
Still going. I'm staying true to myself on it. It's just like layer by layer. Like the audience who's been there since day one, like they're just like, I'm just loving where this is going, and I'm just here for the whole ride. Like, don't you worry. Like, I'm here to support you through. I just can't wait to see where this goes. And I just laugh. But they're right, because I have been like feeling more comfortable and like layer by layer.
Like, let's stay here for a second. What's the biggest stigma that comes with the label OnlyFans?
Maybe a woman who's just really out there, like sexually, which I mean, that does exist. The biggest stigma, I guess you just look at a woman like, what do you say to that?
No.
If a girl says I'm on OnlyFans, how do you feel? Let's hear it from a male perspective.
You answered the question first, and then I will rebut. How about
No, I want to know what you think.
There's a definite stigma.
Okay.
There's a way where
just say it's a hoe. OnlyFans is looked as hoes. Why are you playing around all around the mulberry bush? What do I think they think about OnlyFans? Not my personal opinion. They call those prostitutes. They call them social media prostitutes, because they really don't have to physically do nothing with you. All they got to do is give you the girlfriend experience and make you feel like you have access to them.
Yeah, I mean, just sex workers. I mean, that's what they are. But this chick, just based on what we done seen,
if the price is right,
she's a smut.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. She's a smut. Like, damn that. You on OnlyFans now, but you was getting loose in person, physically, for the right price, or just to be in the right circles or whatever. You was letting motherfuckers do whatever they wanted to you. Just keep it real. And do whatever they wanted to you. Do whatever they wanted with you. And she just admitted it right there. Oh, I was in love with them. Yeah, you the smut. And that's cool. That's cool. But let's just call it what it is.
Daphne Joy.
Hey, when you see individuals that report $43 million, $20 million, $53 million, it's like, oh my God. It's empowering to see anybody make that type of money, whether a man or a woman. How you do it, that's your decision of doing it. But let's not be so judgy, because to my knowledge, some of the most successful artists have OnlyFans, and they thrive. So, not to say any names, it's you can use Gemini, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Wikipedia or Google and find out for yourself. I do think OnlyFans is a platform, one of the few platforms that is more catered to women than men. Is that safe to say? That's not to say that men don't have OnlyFans,
Yeah.
but more time than not, if you were to hear YouTube, okay, that may be a more masculine thing. If you use Netflix, okay, cool, boom, whatever. As a media, and I'm just using these as an example, but when I hear OnlyFans, I automatically think woman. So
Yeah.
that's my spill.
No, that makes sense. I would say that there are a lot of negative stigmas around it here and there. And then now I feel like times have changed and people are like a little bit more welcoming to the title of
Yeah.
it. And I will say that from my experience, so for me personally, the platform has honestly given me back my independence.
Wow.
Yeah. It's given me back my independence. It's helped me just stand on my own 2 feet. And that's really empowering and pours into like my self-love and like just my self journey. And I'm just forever grateful for it.
Yeah.
It's more of a personal road for me. It's not just because, oh, hey, sign up now so you can see me like this.
Yeah.
And I think that my fans like see the depth in what I share and what I show and like how much love I reciprocate back.
For sure.
Because it stands for a deeper meaning for me than anything. Because yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Look,
It's when I look at this dance that they having. What's going on, Relentless? When I look at this dance, Nightish, what?
I'll be right back.
Relentless. The wine fund has not been replenished because I've been gone for 4 days. So I don't have anything. I'm drinking water. A big hunk of ice in it. Water. Yeah, support the situation. Let me play my beautiful song. Here we go. Let's hit you with this one.
We got to get our shit together.
It's about to go down.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Tell them to bring me my money.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Oh, honey, I got to get my hands on some.
And then I'm gonna get that money.
I approach him with my
I like that. I want to just, I need that.
I take your money.
Yeah, with this banter that y'all see me get into it with sometime, like he said, all actions have a reaction. So the fans of those people, can be told, look at that old man and blah 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 blah. So it's a uphill battle for me. And since they took the other channel, it is literally an uphill battle. We got to get monetized again. We got to get, the numbers back up again and everything else. So a lot of these times I don't be one to really have these back and forth, but I can't let people just keep slinging rocks at me. Like I'm getting into it with the 61-year-old, but I see the 61-year-old is going around on a marathon talking crazy to people. And he had the audacity to talk about my kids. And I'm like, here we go again. What is up with these people that's with these extremes? The only thing I did with that dude was said, stop calling me a moron every single morning. And what was the other thing he was doing? I was telling him about how to boost his numbers up. He got pissed off with me trying to help him. So now it's just up and it's stuck because he chose to make it that way. Because he's in one breath saying we're friends. I don't play with the word friend like that. While in the next breath, every 2 seconds, what he said, low intellect, highly opinionated. So I'm dumb, but I got a lot of an opinion. I'm supposed to be too dumb to understand that he calling me dumb.
anytime a person speaks of independence, that's something I can relate to. Iconic Saga for me was an independent journey that I'm still trying to master. Having studios, having a staff that's around the clock that they're able to support me as well as I am able to support them. And anybody who knows that will be a fan of it to any capacity. Now, as you zoom out of the dynamic of content,
right,
you get paid off of your look. Right? What does your routine or weekly routine look like? Take us through that.
You sure you want to know that?
Look, put the sisters on or put us down.
I'm like, that's interesting?
No, it's interesting because, look, respectfully, you are a very attractive woman.
Thank you.
Right? And there's no doubt about that. So the upkeep has to be real. But we need to know, or I would like to know, what does that even actually look like?
So if I'm being good, I'm in the gym 3-4 times a week with cardio in between. And they're just like my non-negotiables. I try to eat clean and just try to eat like organic from the table. And let's see, my hair and my nails and all my glam stuff, I would say I do it once every week or once every week and a half. Like hair, facials, lashes, the whole shebang, my tan, my nails. I'm really OCD about that kind of stuff. And yeah, stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
I'm
right?
trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Look like he was extremely prepared. But I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, it's a job to look good. Working out multiple times a week for me is a challenge. Now you throw in content, you throw in other,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it bogs down a bit. Yeah, because you're just trying to catch up on sleep.
for sure.
Yeah.
So you high maintenance. You don't have to complicate that either. You high maintenance. It costs a lot for you to be there, time and money.
I mean, bro, the life of a smut, you know, it's not an easy one, man. She said it herself, bro. It's eating right or eating a certain way, very organic, very little cardio. So I'm assuming there's a lot of, you know, resistance and strength training, you know, very little cardio because, you know, you got to keep that ass fat. You don't want to, you know, work it off. You know, the hair has to be right. You got to make sure that you got your spray tan. You make sure you got your bottle tan. You make sure you get, you know, those rays too, you know, like all of that. You know, you don't want to be pale. You know, you don't want to be pale because, you know, who wants a pale smut? You know, you got to smut out a chick with some tone to her, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's got to be taking a lot out of her just after the smutting to get back feeling healthy. What kind of food program I'm still looking at people getting these damn IVs and all. It's a whole lot involved in that life. Trying to stay up with the Joneses.
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, if you're doing it for you, but if you're doing it for the purpose of just being somebody's smut, or multiple people smut or internet smut, whatever. Hey,
But I do think they're doing it for themselves. At least that's what it sounds like she's saying.
I mean, that's to make a living, but I mean,
I tend to believe no, it's not that you were oh so in love. It's not that. It's that it's some money to go behind it.
I mean, people like her, and I'm not even going to just say women like her, because there are dudes that be on that shit too. Believe it or not, there are dudes that go through the same damn regiment, you know, because you know that look, the aesthetics, the appearance, that shit is everything. So that's what it is. It's just, you know, like you're not even really you no more. You know, if you're not doing it. Yeah.
You're their doll.
Yeah.
You're their plaything.
You know, but
that's what they say about the boxer Ryan Garcia, that he's really not that much of a boxer. He's a toy for some dude. What's going on, Rapid?
But she doesn't, like somebody like her likely just doesn't know any other lifestyle.
Yeah, that's all she knows. And it's working. Because he just said, if you getting the money, people really don't care how you get it. Just get it.
With that, as far as certain diet, do you have any restrictions? Do you have cheat meals? How do you implement or insert those type of things to keep the look?
Oh, thank you. I would say I just gravitate more towards like clean, lean meals. And by that, like just no fried foods.
No fried
foods.
What?
Yeah. No fried foods, olive oil, avocado oil when I cook my protein, or I just bake it. Rice and steamed vegetables. Yeah, some seasoning. Seasoning is always good. Onions, garlic, herbs, parsley, rosemary, all the natural things. Garlic.
This is an interesting question. At what point did you realize looks could change, or is like your way of how you take care of yourself? That's the real moneymaker.
I don't know. I mean, I guess now more than ever, I'm really into it because I have such a support. Like, you know,
Have you always been this way?
I would say I would pamper quite often. Yeah, especially.
Is there a time of like when you start to take like, and I know I don't want to sound weird, but was it a aha moment where you started to say like, yo, this is my routine. Okay, cool. Like this is when I go on my treatments. Hey, I have to take my image, my look extremely serious? Was there ever a time? Or take us through the first remembrance of when you started to take the way you look extremely serious.
That's a great question because it does drag me back to my significant other or my ex. Yeah. And from there, I just, wanted to be beautiful and all that stuff like that. And then I really did kind of take that, like, what's the word?
Responsibility?
Routine. Like it just became like a habit.
Yeah.
And then now that I'm single and I'm not even realizing it. It's
still something that you do.
In me. Yeah.
It's a habit.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
It's done as a habit.
Yeah, it's 7 days a week. You feel what I'm saying? This is interesting because when we were talking to your team, shout out to the team, by the way. Some would say, or ask this question, are you flipping the sex tape moment similar to what Kim did?
I'm reading so many of those comments and I'm just like, for them to even hold me to that status is so flattering.
Oh
And
shit!
I didn't even view it like that. And then there was even some comments where it was like
who did?
Yeah, she said like Kim
Kardashian.
Kim K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Kim
That's
is
some
famous
women's
for just
goals,
being
though.
famous, and that tape kind of changed
Ray
the
J.
game for her. But
Ray J ain't doing all that great, but she benefited from it.
But it bugged me out that she said that was like, that's flattering to even be held in that regard or
Say
esteem.
Kim K.
It's like no, or just I'm like not even. I mean, I think of course I think Kim K is an anomaly. Is an anomaly. I don't think most women can flip a situation like that into what Kim was able to flip it to.
But what does Amber do?
Amber can't even do that. Like, Kim K actually has a pretty solid body of work. Like, granted, I'm not going to say that she's not a hoe or anything like that, but ever since her, marriage with Kanye and all of that stuff, she's dabbled enough in since becoming a billionaire. Like, she can actually say that she's actually given back and done a lot, and she also seems to be taking pride in being a mother. I'm not a Kim K fan. I'm not going to sing the woman's praises, but I don't think most people can turn it negative.
She's made her 15 minutes last.
Yeah, and but I mean, like that tape was there, and then she did a lot more with it. She didn't just make that 15 minutes last. Like, she got a whole new 15 minutes, hour, and then came back and did more things. Like, that was kind of like it's the start, but it wasn't the whole body of work or the finish. This chick is like, she talking about OnlyFans and doing that like you just smutting. That's it. Like that's all. You just getting smutted.
Yeah.
That is your body of work. Like that's what you do.
What up, Sock Passe? What's going on, American Tradesman? Yeah.
Oh, it's giving that she leaked her own tape, and it's just like, no, what you're seeing is a woman just okay, have at it.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, we're here now. You've all seen it. And this is just where I stand today. Like, it is what it is. You can't like run away or hide from it. You just got to own it. And I'm not hiding my sexuality, my sensuality, my seductiveness, nothing. I mean, that's me as a woman. That's my femininity that I'm absolutely in love with. And I love being a woman, and a woman who loves sex and like is sexual and is sensual, devouring, like, like that dance is like where we're the most like animalistic and like the most free in ourselves. Like, why should I be ashamed of that? And unfortunately it became public. But yeah, you just got to own it.
Just for the record, did you leak?
No, absolutely not. I saw it for the first time when everyone else saw it for the first time.
All 39 minutes?
All 39 minutes. I was like underneath the covers, like, oh, what? I was like, oh my God.
No.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
What's the...
And trust me, if I were to leak my own tape, they would be climbing the walls, okay?
No. The Great Wall of China. Like, damn.
Oh, now we talking. That's why you on OnlyFans let them see the real thing, huh? Forget that. That was nothing. Now we talking. She got some more to show y'all.
I mean, if somebody's extorting you about the tape, it does make sense to leak it your damn self.
Yeah, to get past it.
So it would make all, yeah, you know, to leak it yourself, build your brand with it, and then people can't use it against you. Once it's out, it's out, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, her or her crew did that.
Yeah.
Because
Turning inside out.
I'm telling you that those type of thoughts goes through a lot of people's brains.
Yes.
But I want to ask, with you leaning into becoming such a prominent figure as a sex symbol, right? What's your goal?
Just that.
Just be a sex symbol.
What?
A sex symbol.
A sex symbol.
Yes. I didn't strive for that. It's
to be a sex symbol. There we go. Ooh, and look who come in the building when somebody talk about being the sex symbol. High Creative Solutions. looky.
I can't blame her. Because I mean, I don't care how much she works out or sits at the tanning salon or whatever. That whole sex symbol stuff is going to have a shelf life. Like it's not gonna last forever. So, you know, your window's only gonna be but so long. Maybe you can maximize it, you know, or extend it, get a little bit more out of it than most people. But at some point, it's going to end. There's going to be newer, shinier models coming out. So, hey, get it while you can. Just don't tell me that you're not just a smut toy. That's all you are.
Well,
You know,
she might train some new ones. You never know where they'll go with this.
that's what she's supposed to do. Set up courses. Hey, you too can be a smut and you can live good. And if you're gonna be a hoe, be a paid hoe. You know, don't be no free hoe.
strived for me. It found me, and I'm tapping into my energy, like how I feel, and I'm just like, that's it. That's just who I am. And if we have to label it, then sure, I'm a sex symbol.
Bet. No.
There we go. Shout out to Miss Daphne Joy. Said, I am one of them ones, and I'm proud to be associated with Kim K. I think a lot of these folks be looking alike too, very similar. Oh man, let's see. Let me see. Now we're going to go to the ladies are the protectors and providers. Black women. What are they protecting? What are they providing?
I mean, I'll kind of leave it there. They're protecting and providing for the same men that they complain about.
Oh, yes.
That's
They got
simple. You know? So more than likely, that's why your ass is on the internet complaining about how messed up men are, because you like dealing with
certain
30-something
type of
year old children that can't take care of themselves or you. And it makes you feel empowered.
The thing I find interesting is a lot of them be married. They talk about all these dudes that's married online talking about women. What about all these ladies that's married online talking about men? You got a man. What up, Adam Warblock? You got a whole husband at home. Let me see.
I mean, most of these people be online while they're at home. So it's like you got a whole husband with you now, but just keep it real as far as why he's in the other room. Because he don't want shit to do with you.
Tired of you, huh?
So that's why your ass is on the internet right now getting your daily dose of masculine energy, because your actual husband probably hasn't touched you in a fucking year, maybe even longer, and doesn't want to because you're annoying as all hell. And he probably hasn't touched you for about 60 pounds. Well, so And I know it's tough for people to admit, but that's really what it is. And usually this stuff be coming out, especially on this show that you watch, and you find out that a lot of these people that are allegedly married or whatever, find out that they done ended up having to get a divorce, or they got some shit going on, you know what I'm saying, in the damn dysfunction cord or Discord or whatever, got some shit going on with some fucking body else. You realize that all marriages ain't happy.
Mm.
You know, a lot of them shits are hanging on by a thread.
Hanging on strings like loose ends. Wow.
I mean, you've been married before, Nightish, so you understand, bro. Like these people like to talk like getting married is the end all be all, when that shit is really just the beginning.
Yes.
It's like when you graduate from high school, you think you done accomplished some shit. No, bro, that's the beginning of the rest of your life, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like for real.
After that, it's day by day.
Exactly. Like, and it's a whole new life you got to deal with, and that's how marriage is. Like that shit, that if that's your goal, you're going to fail. Like you're going to fail because it's really just the beginning. You have not accomplished anything. You just literally just like, that's why I call it jumping the broom. Like you literally just stepped over the starting line.
Yeah, it's the beginning of it all.
And people don't want to admit when the actual finish line is in that race. And you don't have opponents or anything like that, but you still do have to finish the race. But the finish line is death.
Yeah.
Like it's death.
Supposedly if it's done right.
Yeah, exactly. You jump over the starting line together, and you're supposed to make it to the finish line, which is death, together. Till death do us part.
Yep.
You know, and till death do us part is a very long time, and a lot of people don't understand that. But it's just a lot of people just use it as a flex to be able to come on the internet and tell her, look at what I've accomplished. Somebody wants me. It's like, no, like, no, that's not it. Because most marriages, motherfucker don't even want the person they with. You know,
convenience a lot of time.
Like I'm not saying that's normal for a marriage or that's healthy for a marriage, but a lot of these marriages are like that. You know, like we can even go back to, you know, back in the day. I can remember both of my sets of grandparents. Once they turned a certain age, as long as I could remember, when they were old enough to be my grandparents, they had separate damn rooms.
Yeah.
Rarely saw them together. You saw them together in the morning when they ate breakfast, you know, read the paper or whatever at the damn table. You saw them, you know, dinner time or whatever. Other than that, they was on separate sides of the house.
It's the art. It's the art of getting along, and the human condition is that people really don't like people like that. Let me see.
Come on in. Grand rising queen, shine like you mean. Forever may you queen. You are everything.
Hello, TMKC.
Hi, Nightish. Hi, Auntie.
What's up, Miss TMKC? What's going on?
I came to say hi. What y'all talking about? Marriage?
We're talking about Daphne Joy. Her celebrating her OnlyFans and saying that she's a sex symbol.
Smut.
Is this the married lady to ex sports player?
50 Cent baby mama.
Oh.
Using those Diddy tapes.
Oh.
Getting smutted.
He can't do nothing about it because that's his ex.
Yeah, it's done. It's a done deal. He just got.
I don't even see why he would even care. Like whatever, you know, he knew what she was. That's probably why. You know, that's why he got with her in the first place, because she was the smut. If I'm not mistaken, she's not his ex-wife. She's his baby mama. So all that means is you ain't pull out or not in time. Let's keep it real. Let's say you didn't marry that chick. So, Give a damn what some other dude is doing to her.
Even if
Or-
he
or-
did marry her, she's still a baby mama because they not together no more.
Yeah, that's it. But people try to shame him for it. I'm like, whatever, bro. She's the chick's in industry smut. Like, so I'm in the like in 50's case, like I'm in the industry. I smutted her out too. Whatever. I was just a
Damn.
little late with my timing.
He was like, I was just in love with the ocean. I
Well, they
needed
say
to
that was-
be free.
Well, they say that was Diddy's thing. He liked to sleep with other people's women.
That's what Drake liked to do too.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Well, that chick didn't belong, man. Them industry smuts don't belong to nobody, man. They for everybody.
So
In the
Rihanna's an industry smut.
Huh?
Is Rihanna an industry smut? Because he purposely went after Rihanna.
I don't think Rihanna's an industry smut now.
But she
Not
was.
now, but more than likely, that's kind of part of the that's part of the initiation.
She had to get gangbang in.
Yeah.
I don't know about gangbang, but she had to go through the channels.
Yeah.
They say that about a lot of the young ones. So it's A. Marie, Beyonce, Rihanna, a lot of the young ones, all the ones we kind of like too.
Yeah. Yeah, because Aaliyah definitely was one of them. That's so sad.
But they used to call Hollywood Hollyweird.
But that's the game,
it
though.
was weird. That is the game. It's a casting couch or whatever you want to call it.
That's the game, and everybody got to pay to play. Including unfortunately, young pretty women. They got to pay to play too. It's just they don't have to pay money. They got to pay with themselves, their youth, their innocence, all of that. So if you want to be part of that industry, you got to give something up. The dudes too.
If you had skills and you was part of the industry, would you be giving it up?
As a man, some of these
If
dudes do. Some of these dudes be on the casting couch also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of Terry Crews, he was having PTSD from his.
Well, they talk about Justin Bieber. They talk about quite a few. Ryan Garcia, the boxer. They got a few dudes, as undercover brothers.
That's sad that they make them do that and then spread the
Are they
rumor.
making them do it, or is the parents offering them up?
I mean, look at that level. That's the way they close deals. That's the way they consummate or close deals at that level. So
They even talk about Usher like that too.
If you want to be part of that industry and usually like ascend to those heights of fame,
yeah,
that's like if you want the industry to just give you that push, more often than not, there's usually some story like that behind it with everybody that's ascended to them heights.
Yeah. The so-called rumors was Diddy was Andre Harrell's boy toy, and then Andre Harrell took him over there to Clive Davis, and then talking about all the people that was associated with Clive Davis. Then you talking about Whitney Houston and all kind of people.
Yeah, they said that's why he used to bend over and shake his butt like that because he was ready.
I mean, you heard the it was a few years back that Quincy Jones interview.
Yeah,
that was wild, bro.
Super wild.
And he's been in the industry since he was a teenager.
Yeah. So
a lot of them. So it's almost like you go get violated and then you violate people.
I know you gotta break the cycle. It's very important. I think when you violate people, you take away a life. So it needs to be a life for life.
But if most of the people are sick, where are you gonna go and confess to?
The police.
They sick too.
They're bought and paid for as well.
Mm-hmm. When you hear the term there aren't any good guys, they literally mean that.
I'm a good girl.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't quite sure. So I just asked the question. But the scene I saw, was egregious, to be 100% honest with you. And so now the lady I'm about to show you, right? Listen to how they talk. And these are not one-off people. These are not a subset. This is not the minority. And we keep on trying to ignore the facts, right? The facts in the earth, in the country are real. Niggas try to be so understanding but we become super duper ignorant, So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Let me make sure I got the right screen up here. Let's just over there. Perfect. 1 second. So just listen, right? And I want to know what y'all think. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Rel. See what y'all think about.
That looked like that character Drewski played.
The commentary here, right? And it's fine. Like, I'm not tripping on it, but I just think we are far too understanding, right? And we always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt that never earned it, nor do they deserve it.
About reparations. We pay reparations. What do you mean you want reparations? Our taxpayer dollars, which are mostly white people paying that, goes to, what is it? Affordable housing, government programs, EBT, scholarships, DEI, you guys getting jobs. Holy shit. Let's take all that, factor in the theft, factor in the crime, factor it in the murders, and then we'll talk about reparations on this show. How about that? You probably won't like that, will you? Because you're not going to like the numbers.
You want to talk numbers?
Right. And she going to rebuttal, whatever the case is, But just listen.
Talk about reparations. We pay reparations. What do you mean you want reparations? Our taxpayer dollars, which are mostly white people paying that, goes to, what is it? Affordable housing, government programs, EBT, scholarships, DEI, you guys getting jobs. Holy shit. Let's take all that, factor in the theft, factor in the crime, factor it in the murders, and then we'll talk about reparations on this show. How about that? You probably won't like that, will you? Because you're not going to like the numbers.
You want to
When you hear that, what's the first thing you want to say?
Bitch, please.
I want to say thank you.
You want to say thank you?
Yeah, that she's not hiding her, whatever you want to call that.
Well, I mean,
always say thank you to overt stuff.
I mean, the woman is overtly uninformed, misinformed, and she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. That's almost like telling a slave master trying to tell their slaves that, look, the chitlins I give you is plenty of compensation for all of the work that you've done.
The delicacy.
It's crazy. But this is why I've even had, the argument with people as far as what reparations have to come. Money, it's not reparations. One, money ain't really worth nothing. It ain't worth nothing. It's all dead. It ain't backed by nothing. It's gonna end up, if you don't own anything, produce anything, control any distribution or manufacturing chains, or anything of the sort. They can give you money and it's gonna end up right back where it came from within a couple years, not a few months. That's what it is. Like, they can give you money, and where are you gonna spend it? You're gonna spend it with those that already own. They're gonna get it all right back. The land, where you gonna get that from? They ain't making no more of it. It ain't just gonna come out of the sky. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what's up with that? So, true reparations would have to come in the same way in which a wealth gap was created in the first place, which unfortunately a lot of black folks don't want to even admit that. And it's through free and cheap labor and tax breaks and incentives and all types of other things. So if they're not going to give you that, you will never get your reparations. So the fact of the matter is, the white folks ain't even qualified. They ain't in no position to give you reparations. So that woman is extremely uninformed. You don't have anything to give us, because in the 30s you became a debt slave you became a slave like the rest of us.
Yep.
You know, like for real. There was a whole civil war fought over it. There's like damn slavery just in the South. You know, damn it, with just black people, we can go to one national bank, turn you all into debt slaves, give up all your damn gold. You all owe us money. You all got to work it off. So that's it. That's unbelievable greed. So that's it. You know, unless you're gonna, you know, pick cotton, you know, and work for us for the price of chitlins, or give us a free, cheap labor force, you know, to actually, you know, be able to get into global economics and distribution and manufacturing chains and everything else, the way you guys actually accumulated wealth. There are no reparations on the table. Let's keep it real. 99% of white folks are not in a position to grant you reparations. So to say that you give reparations through tax dollars, EBT, and actually you know, she talking about the crime and the hell up out of here. That's what's keeping you rich. You know, prisons are privatized now. The court system is extremely lucrative. Like that's what it is. You know, like nah, you get paid through all of that stuff. So that woman had no clue what the hell she was talking about. She had no clue what she was talking about.
And the majority of welfare goes to corporations and white folks.
I'm like, and that's one of the reasons why they over there, you know, cheering all the damn deportation. Because believe it or not, I told black folks that too. Hey, that's your labor force. They keep deporting it, sending it back across that damn border. You know, that's your free and cheap labor force. They crossing the border, coming over here trying to work for nothing. You know. But that's the problem. They don't want them to work for you. It's okay when they're working for them, but it's not okay for them to work for you for nothing. Because you wouldn't, if you had gotten your 40 acres and a mule like you were promised, you wouldn't be demanding reparations today. So I'm like, I still want my damn mule. You know, like for real. I want my mule. Because y'all had 200 plus damn years of mules that built this shit for you. I want 200 years worth of mules and land. And I want some loans. I want a few $1 billion worth of loans that I refuse to pay back, like they did to them Brits over there. You know, no taxation without representation. Yeah, whatever. That's y'all took them people dough on consignment, and you refused to pay it back.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with the truth, y'all. Just accept it.
You know, like that's it. So I want that. Give me some money. Tell me it's a loan. All right. And then once I build an entire infrastructure and everything else off of it, I'll just say, fight me for it, motherfucker. And you're going to have to come over here and fight me on my terms, on my land for it, bitch. You know, because that's what they did.
The Negroes that are so understanding will stop being so understanding. Again, you know my message, right, Relly? Comport yourself positively in the earth, right? Work with who you need to work with. Be cordial. But all this trust, benefit of the doubt, loving it, nah. Because her sentiment is the overwhelming majority, right? Did you see the show? Were you on the show? No, you weren't. It was Monday. When they were saying, oh, don't get mad over words, what? Like everybody else does? Right? And I had to tell the man on the show, remember, you got mad over words, remember? But it's like that. We be so willfully obtuse and it continue to show us what it is. And we already know these things, right? But we are being willfully ignorant and obtuse to the facts. That's what grinds my gears. Be cordial. I ain't saying be mean to nobody. Nobody's saying that, right? You can even be friendly, right? I'm saying don't get too comfortable though, That makes sense? I'm bugging.
No, that ass. That ass. Don't try to play like some shit don't exist. Cause that's irksome.
Yeah.
When it's way too much proof.
That's what I'm saying. Like my brother Jay Miller say, how do we know? Do you remember JD Vance? I think he's the vice president, right?
Yep.
He say white people don't have to apologize for being white anymore. The crowd erupted. The girl Shiloh, whatever her name was, raised almost $1 million by calling some boy who has Down syndrome nigger. The Carmelo Anthony, you could see the split right away. OJ, you could see the split right away. What are we doing?
Well, that can you pause it
George
real quick?
Floyd is a joke.
All right. So, Knight, even when you talking about whether it's George Floyd, Carmelo Anthony, OJ, the list goes on and on. That's manufactured. That's all manufactured. You know, racial.
I think it's a part of the play.
Yeah, that was all manufactured. As far as racializing it and politicizing it and everything else. The issue wasn't just that OJ was black. The issue was that he was a rich black man, prominent black man, but also, you know what I'm saying, he had a white wife, you know, that was
blonde hair, tall.
Exactly. So that's it. That's what the system is going to do. That's how you get the views and everything else. So even when people tried, even with the Carmelo thing, you can't even have a conversation on any of these social media platforms and just talk about the facts of the case without somebody bringing up, the racial aspect of it. Even if you say over and over again, we're going to leave that out of it. We're just going to talk about the facts of the case, whatever, somebody is going to bring that up because at least in the US, where most of us are, people are programmed, they're wired to not be able to see past that. That's the first thing they're going to see.
You were taught this social construct that was made up not by us, and we just go along with the program. Instead of being proactive, we keep being reactive.
That's correct. I was watching. I broke down 2 videos. There was one on News Nation, which is a liberal network, and then I was watching Megyn Kelly's video, which of course that's clearly conservative and whatever. So they're both are supposed to be opposing and different, but they both opened up to talk about the Carmelo trial when they speak on the facts and they say, okay, Austin Metcalf, who happens to be white, was stabbed by Carmelo Anthony that happens to be black. Like both of them started the story with that, like started the show with that line right there. So that's what I'm saying. They understand that. Yeah, I'm just saying they understand that. So and they're journalists. Like that's the way they understand how to program the masses. So, if you've taken any journalism class, how easy it is to put subliminal messages and things like that in your content in the way that you present things. But they understand that that's how society's already wired, like to see it like that. Even, I mean, look, you can even go back to let's talk about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Even though these are really just 2 basketball players, what was the narrative throughout the whole 80s when them 2 were rivals? That's it. That's it. It was still the same damn thing.
That white boy can play like a brother.
But it was always white. They turned that into white versus black. So that's the way it's like, and they understand that's what boosted the NBA to what the hell it was. Like that's what gave a platform to the Jordan era and all of that other stuff. But they understand that's how you got the eyes on the damn on the league in the first place, was you had to make it white versus black. You had to, you had to, because if I'm not mistaken, before Bird and Magic, the NBA was losing money. They were losing money.
They had to mix it up. They had to do that.
It wasn't profitable. Yeah, it wasn't profitable. So that's one of the things that they have to do.
as
know?
they said, we got to get some more black guys in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The quick
So
twitch muscle and yeah.
I mean, that's the game. So my point is, I mean, just about every level, they're gonna find a way to racialize it because they understand that your average person is not wired to see things outside of black and white. Like, or that's the first thing they're gonna notice.
Well, yeah, they're sitting and looted to go there. But I think we shouldn't be so, again, reactive. We should be more proactive. So we have a few beige people or light people or lightly melanated people that come up here and just can't wait to say the N-word. But they lose when they do that. What's going on, Hurricane? They think, oh, he's finna get triggered. No, say it a couple times, and we hear that that's your main argument is that, we chimping, we monkeys, and we niggers. So, okay, you got it off.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's something I don't even see why folks tolerate that shit, bro. I mean, of course, I heard Myron do that last week, say that, and Andrew Wilson laughing about it, and I saw Donovan Sharp doing his thing, like that term chimping out. Like what the hell? Like what the hell? Like that need to be checked, nipped in the bud real quick. But it brings the views, so people like whatever brings views. That's crazy. You're not gonna come up on a panel or a platform with mostly black folks or a black person platform and start referring to black folks as monkeys and chimps. So at some point you got to have some kind of respect for yourself. And chimping out and all that other, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you shouldn't even be comfortable enough to imply some shit like that. But it shows the lengths that people will go through just to get a click and a view. They'll allow somebody to come onto their platform, or they'll sit on a platform with somebody popping that shit.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about dude when he was doing that stuff, running around the camera calling people chimps. I didn't see what was the story. There wasn't no story there. Just a goofy. Well, now that he's in jail, everybody want to take his terms and think. What I like though is that everybody remained calm while Myron went through his thing.
Well, I don't know if everybody remained calm. I know I had been trying to get on that panel for that, but I guess the panel was closed. Whatever, I'm not, worthy of being on the quote unquote super panel. But I saw it coming. I knew it was coming because that's how Myron has always moved. Him and his boy Fresh. I always notice that. They're always quick to use the N-word with a caller or something like that, and they never use it, in its proper context. It's never a term of endearment. It's always to belittle, or it's always used in a condescending manner.
Well,
it's always used in a condescending manner.
They've done too many humiliation rituals for them to even be taken seriously.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
anytime you with a whole bunch of white folks and they drawing dicks on your face and you laughing and giggling about it, that's it for you. You done. The Sudanese man, the Haitian man slept with that Asian woman. I guess didn't pull out quick enough. They got too many humiliation rituals on themselves. Then they run around here with a Klan mask on. And I don't think white folks mess with them like that. But he did have Andrew Wilson laughing, who then came back and apologized. Myron.
I mean, Myron's not gonna apologize, but the point that people look, I caught that a while ago when nobody else wanted to say anything. I'm like, notice the way they talk to callers. Like, as soon as somebody start arguing with them or whatever, they'd be like, nigga, like, what are you saying, nigga? I'm like, hold up, bro, hold up. You don't never use that as a term, like I said, as a term of endearment. You use it in a condescending manner. So it tells you what you think about black folks, bro. Like, so you might as well just keep it real. Just like you said, just stand on it.
Yeah.
You believe that. And I would even say, because he'll try to say something slick. Oh, well, my partner's Fresh. It's like, nah, you see black Americans as beneath you.
Yeah.
which you're allowed to do. You know, this is America, so we have freedom of opinion and freedom of speech. But again, you ain't gonna piss on my head and tell me it's raining, and I ain't just gonna sit here and let you insult me and assume that I'm too stupid to notice I'm being insulted. Because that's crazy, and it pisses me off when people be like, well, how am I insulting you? Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You know exactly what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you're not even worthy of even having a conversation with me. Like you're just an idiot. You know? Because if
They
you
know
think
that.
I'm too stupid to know
They
that
know
I'm being insulted, then that means you're too stupid to know that I'm not too stupid to know that I'm being insulted.
Right away.
Even the guy
Mm-hmm.
that was in jail for shooting the guy, ain't they raising money for him?
They said some company called Dual tried to get him out for $1 million. They tried to pay the entire $1 million bond. I don't know if it went through yet. That was I'm gonna say alleged because I haven't confirmed.
The judge supposedly said that no one person can give up the money. It has to be multiple people. So they stopped that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need multiple donors. You can't just get it from one group of people. But look how quick they was ready to get him out. And the same thing with the guy who sat in jail for 3 years, the Asian guy. Look how quickly they let him out.
But how much sense? Like, think about it like this. Let's say if it's the other way around. Like, since when does the law say that? Okay, so what if I get locked up, my bond is set at $1 million, and I got a rich ass uncle that's like, whatever. Here's a check. Here's $1 million. Let him out. I can't. I got to sit in jail because I didn't get it from multiple people.
That's what that judge said to Chud. You got to go back and read the story. Let me see. I think it's pretty quick, easy to find. But I'm not looking for it because I don't want to talk about the little goofy.
I'm just like, if that's the case, just deny the damn bond. If you don't want to let the dude out, just deny bond altogether.
Pretty much.
You know?
It just goes to show you they can do what they want to do. Happy
I'm not
Juneteenth,
defending the
Chuck.
judge dude or nothing like that, because you know what I'm saying, he a weirdo, but I don't want that to be the damn excuse if me or somebody like me is locked the fuck up. Motherfucker, if you tell me, because look, if you tell me my bond is $1 million motherfucking dollars, okay, of course I'm gonna try to get that shit in one spot if I can.
Everybody would.
You know what I'm saying? So you like that's crazy, you know? So keep it consistent. I don't want nobody to hit the law library and be like, use this case as a reason to keep my black ass in jail. A bunch of niggas in jail with $1 million bond. And you gonna use that as an excuse why they can't get out?
Yes, y'all.
You know, just deny the motherfucking bond. Shit, let them sit in there and rot. Because multiple donors, trust me, if that company got $1 million, you know what I'm saying? That company got $1 million, they can shell it up. You know, they can shell it up and make it look like it came from multiple places. If you got $1 million in cash.
But yo, I mean, come on.
Racism backed by millions every time. It's like nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Salute to Jay Miller, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, all the same shit. All right, it just depends on the topic. You know, you made a hell of a point. I'm conservative, but I date interracially. Sounds like a liberal principle to me. But you know, the scapegoat gonna be like, well, it's 2026. Oh, like progression, right?
Yeah, progressive.
So yeah, man, I just wanted to hit this shit real quick. I don't want to get stuck here because I think we got a dope topic, but I wanted to broach it because it's bothersome a tad bit, you know. And I seen them men just standing there and watching this fight happen, and I couldn't believe it. And again, I'm not saying yo go on some warrior shit. That ain't you. yell, say something, and break it up. Most time when people break it up, people not swinging on the people that's breaking it up. Especially when you look at the fight itself. You know, maybe you know what? Let me play it. But I just like the level of
I watched it this morning too. Yeah, I played it.
On my page or just generally?
Your page.
Okay. Yeah, let me just play it. Just because I just want to see what I saw. And this is just a concerning factor, you know? Because I just think, like, what if something happens and you outside and your brothers ain't there? Right? If you're in New Orleans and you outside and your brothers ain't there. What happens if my wife is outside and I'm not there? Right? How do men with wives and kids react when they see a kid and a wife potentially being, you know, accosted or harmed or in a kerfuffle?
Well, I can tell
we
you,
need each other. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to that, look, and I'm not gonna say that that's the rule of you call the police when you see two people that are in a domestic situation, you know, like going at it. Nah, you need to call the police, especially if you're there by yourself. You know, don't try to break that up by yourself, because we done all seen situations too many times where you see a dude and his chick going at it, and you go in there and try to break it up or check old boy. Exactly. Now you got to fight two people. You know, now you got to fight. You got to fight him and her. You know, nah, stay out of it. You know, and unless it's I guess it's just a group of y'all and you capable of just separating them and handling your business. But other than that, if you're there by yourself, hey, you can end up getting outnumbered. You're actually likely to, because and the statistics actually prove it. If you want to break down the stats and the empirical data and everything, what's the percentage of people involved in domestic situations that that end up right back with the person that they were in a domestic situation with? Rarely does a domestic situation end a relationship.
Yeah, they can
like
a lot of them.
You know what I'm saying? Like more often than not, people go right back to the person that either kicked their ass or they you know what I'm saying, they got into some domestic violence situation. So nah. I ain't about to, you know what I'm saying, try to break up some stuff with some people. Next thing I know, I got a chick busting me in my damn head with something, or emptying the damn can of pepper spray in my face. And why this nigga put the boots to me after he was just putting the boots to her?
Bring it down to Cheddar Builder with $1 million bond, white judge.
But calling the police, that's fair. You know, you call the police and, you know, let them, like, they're trained professionals, you know, they're trained, paid professionals. Let them do their job.
Everybody talked about this BS though, and didn't do nothing but give him a bunch of publicity. So the bill was lowered from 1,025,000 down to 1 million.
This thing is dangerous. All right, let me play this thing real quick. And I'm not even saying overt aggression, but they'll interpret it as that. You know what I'm saying? I posted it twice because I reacted to it twice. Like at first I was being understanding, and then I was like, hold on.
Okay, play the one where you're not understanding.
Okay. So that one did better. Cheeky said look at the comments on it. I never look at the comments. I need to start looking at the comments because I don't really be bothered by them or can't, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying, and then, you know, people kind of go at it. All right, so this one here, hit the like button. Salute to the 160 people in the building. We only have 89 likes. Please make sure the likes match the viewership, huh? All right, so I think this is the beginning. Just make sure.
Just so crazy. Yeah, nigga, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, man. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah. Yo.
Coach Bad, how did Trump name get in this? This reel has 2 comments. DJ Hamp, see, no, I knew I wasn't bugging, part 2. Fight breaks out after Trump supporters, what? It's a lot of fighting going on again nowadays. The thing I see back in the back is not what I was looking for, but it says on Ict Mail, Chud the Builder saved by Dual Casino dropping $1 million bond. Judge blocked all donations. Chud the Builder bond hearing explodes as reports emerge that Dual Casino sponsors are preparing to cover Chud stuff. He got dual people. I guess the casino got dual people, so it wouldn't be from one donation place, and all of the donations got blocked. So I don't know why he didn't just deny him bail.
That's what I'm saying. Just deny the motherfucking bond, man. I'm just saying, just keep it consistent. Like if bond is denied, because that's usually the purpose of $1 million bond any damn way. Because they know a motherfucker ain't about to cover that shit. Like they know that.
Yeah.
You know, so
what's going on, Ryan? Yeah. If you don't give him a bond, let him at least go ahead and go through with it.
Like, or I guess you got the situation. I'm gonna bring up a fictional example, but you like the Scarface thing. He had for tax evasion, whatever. He had a $5 million bond to get out, and he posted it in cash. But his is $5 million because he's a flight risk. You know, that's another thing. You know, he's a flight risk. You know, you could possibly flee because you get all that back once you show up to court.
Yeah.
You know, you get it all back. That's the purpose of not going, like having dough like that, so you don't have to go to a bondsman and pay that vig. Because when you go to a bondsman, you don't get the bondsman fee back. But if you post it all in cash, you damn self, you get it all back when you show up.
Let me see, John Ford.
Think to yourself, who's in charge of these people? They're in charge of themselves. They're leading themselves and they're leading the children. And majority of the time, they're leading the men that they're with. Happy wife, happy life. Because men could be leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, men are led by lust. And lust from the desire of what they desire. And what is their object of affection? Women. So ultimately, they can be controlled by whatever woman that they desire. And there's like a small 10% of men that can overcome lust. Shout out to Cheeky and James, but for the most part, they don't. That's not anything that they do. Patriarchy doesn't tell men to overcome lust. They say lust is normal. You're a man. You have testosterone. You produce a bunch of sperm. Get as many women you can get. You know, even though it's detrimental.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. That's
right.
hard.
And I'm just saying, like, think about it.
That is hard to combat because I could say, you know, the average body count is 8 when you just include all men. Black men is a little bit higher. And I think it's inconsequential that most men can't get access because they're doing whatever it takes to get access. Right? And so when they do whatever it takes to get access, even if it's the one woman, they put themselves in a deficit mindset. We tend to acquiesce so we can get access. You know, we placate to her desires and her needs, and we allow her behavior to be poor and her submission to be conditional. What's interesting is if women were submissive to your point, then regardless of the rights, the submission would still stand. But as soon as you get the rights and you take away certain things men can and can't do to enforce whatever they want, right? You see the behavior continue to devolve, right? So that would instantly retort the notion of it being natural, right? Essentially,
right. And then think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many times you hear women, especially Black women, say, "I need a man that can handle me," right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you think women want leaders, they want strong men, right? Because there's so many men that can't even handle them. If you were submissive, every man could handle you.
Yeah.
Because they men, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then what do we really know about women wanting the mean guy, the tough guy, the in charge guy? She doesn't want him to do that to her.
Yeah.
She wants the strong guy to be what? Soft for her. So it looks like they actually get off on making the strongest man weak for them. That the weak men, right?
Nah, man.
The weak
Come
men,
on, man. Me and
they're
you gotta
so
talk about
easy,
this.
it's pathetic.
He too nice, right?
He's pathetic. If you're already coming over here desperate, crying, thirsty, that's pathetic. You gotta send your best man. I want your best hitter.
Damn, man. And they even say, right, women can get more out of a man. It's always about like how they can benefit, right? We tell you guys femininity benefits you. You can get more. You can manipulate,
pause this, bro,
with the level of femininity that you exude.
Correct. Now let's go into that, right? Men are stronger than women, correct. 99.9.7% of the time. Men are stronger than women, right? But we understand that elephants are stronger than men.
Night ain't
y'all
able to
got
pause
them
this.
niggas
You
in
can't
zoos.
pause this night?
In circus.
Yeah. I
Doing
think I'm
tricks.
back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, bro. I don't know if I'm assuming you've heard this already.
No.
And okay. So I like, did you hear everything that she just said?
No,
And
I
what
was at the door getting the groceries.
Okay. So this is one of the reasons why I can't stand these conversations. And I like Sherelle. I fucks with Sherelle. But at the same time, bro, that is an extremely immature way of thinking about it. Period. Because that is a very immature man's way of thinking about things, and it's the same with women. That's a very immature. All that, I need a man that can handle me and all of that other stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, trust me, a man that knows his worth and his purpose as a man isn't even gonna deal with a woman like that. You ain't gonna deal with him, and if you do deal with him, you ain't gonna deal with him for long.
A lot of time, though, a lot of men, listen, if you didn't have a father, some uncles, or somebody to lace you over some game early, you will devalue yourself and just lead with your thing. You will follow lust. But anybody understand they weight and salt, they're not going.
But exactly. And also all of that, the patriarchy teaches you to have all of these women and everything. That again, that's a very immature way of looking at it, because a mature man is not going to risk losing a 5-carat diamond for 5 1-carat diamonds, for 5 smuts. You're not going to bother. You're not going to bother. The only way that you would do that is if, number one, you don't have a 5-carat diamond, or you don't perceive it as a 5-carat diamond, or number two, hey, you ain't got no diamonds at all.
Yeah,
like they're all just smuts. That's it. Yeah, exactly.
You get some unclear diamonds for 15 cents. Hey, listen, a man's supposed to chase his purpose and his bread. Once you establish how to have your money right and you understand what your purpose is, that woman is not going to be the leader of your heart.
But
I don't care how much lust you got.
Even a mature woman is not going to try to put her man through, oh, I need a man that can handle me. Nah, she's going to try to be a compliment to the best man that she can be. I mean, she's gonna be try to be the best compliment to a man that she can be. Period. You know.
Yeah.
So
and that man is gonna value himself, so it ain't no choice.
So
it's
I mean,
dudes that don't have no value in themselves and they got nothing going on, and even some of them realize I'm still a man, and you still can't lead me.
so yeah, even when Hamp says that she's 100% correct with that, or he can't really argue, I'm like, nah, there are a lot of arguments. There are a lot of arguments for that. There are a whole lot of arguments for that, and that's why a lot of women that speak like that are either single as all hell, or they with some dude they have no respect for.
Yeah,
or with multiple dudes that they don't have any respect for.
Yeah, there you go.
There
you go. So since they can get a cavalcade of goofies, they think all men are that way, and they know better.
But they confuse infatuation or whatever it is, with actual respect. Just because she's chasing that, a lot of times, a woman is chasing after you because you're not giving her the time of day. So you just something for her to fucking conquer. So that can be different things, but it's also an immature way of seeing things. And I'm just saying it like this: people that are that immature shouldn't be in relationships in the first damn place. So to talk about that, like, oh well, that's what women want, and that's what men want. Women and men like that ain't supposed to be in relationships. That's usually why they get into them, and the shits don't last. And DJ Hamp, if you're listening, or if anybody wants to tell him, that's the situation that most of your viewers and your fucking panelists are in. They either ain't in no damn relationship, or they unhappy as all hell in the one that they're in. That's why that content resonate with so many damn people, because it gives confirmation bias as far as to why shit's fucked up in their lives.
But an elephant could crush you, but somehow y'all got them under tents doing tricks. The strength.
Is she saying that Lust got dudes on the tents doing tricks?
Yeah, and she's right. She's right about that to a degree.
Listen. I've been watching this Adrian Broner and Dean the Great thing. Oh my goodness. It looks bad. It looks bad. Especially Adrian Broner. You 36. That man said he looked up to you. You supposed to be guiding him. You do a lot of things that don't make no sense whatsoever. And you definitely is thirsty for women, even though you got 10 kids. It gets ugly. And if people looking at it's just a lot of humiliation rituals. Some comedy, some good jokes and whatever else, but mostly humiliation rituals. He drinks until you're about to puke on himself. He pours alcohol all down his chest. He eats with his mouth open. When he's sloppy drunk like that and just a ball of whatever, he's leaning into women, grabbing them inappropriately. Y'all better hurry. And he say because they make him sign NDAs. So it's actually Diddy in your face. They
Or
just
Trump.
go to a party, bring a bunch of what I think are young prostitutes home, get them to sign NDAs, and then just violate them.
Oh, or Trump too, because he just grabbed him by the,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, by the poom, just grab him by the box.
And see, he's so drunk he don't realize that the other day that girl hadn't signed an NDA that you had in the car with you, and you definitely grabbed her by the vagina.
Yeah.
So she can snap at any moment if she want to be nasty. Not even being nasty. It's just all disrespect. It's like, bitch, do this and bitch, do that, and bitch, I'm gonna kick you out the car. And you ain't gonna be able to come to the Airbnb. Ugh.
It's just and that's why I try to just remind people that that's such an immature way of thinking. And hey, people have a right to think and see things the way that they want to or the way that they're able to. I'm not going to tell people to change up their mindset. Just understand what is. When you have that immature outlook on shit, chances are that's what you're going to attract, is another immature motherfucker. You know, just like the people that can't see past black and white, like everything is in black and white. You're not capable of actually seeing color. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't watch a program in color because you don't know what it is to not watch shit in black and white, like real shit. So if you're gonna be that shallow, like that was the silver lining I saw with Kevin Samuels content. You know, when those women would come on there and say, "Look, I deserve a high value man that makes a certain amount of money and does this and does that." And he would be like, "Okay, well, how much do you weigh? What's your dress size? How tall are you? How old are you? How many kids do you have? Whatever." And then they're like, "Oh, but I'm a good woman. Why can't I have what I want?" And I'm like, people didn't see it. People are like, "Oh, well," some people are like, "Hey, yeah, he's right, giving women that smoke." And other people are like, "Damn, you just crushed her dreams." Nah, you just really letting people know how it is. If you're going to be that superficial to the point where you didn't even talk about what qualities you want in a man.
Yeah,
Never said
character
you
was an
wanted-
issue. Money always was.
Exactly. It's money, it's status, you know, it's height, it's situation. And then you got a problem, you know, with a man that don't see past your damn weight or your dress size, you know, or how many damn kids you have. You want him to notice you as a good woman, but you think that but a good man is not enough for you. So if a good man is not enough for you, why is a good woman enough for the guy that you want? Like I say, if you're going to be superficial, you can't be mad about the men you want being superficial too, you know? So that was what I always saw with it, you know? And I think it's the same thing. So, you know, if you're going to have that immature outlook, just understand that you're probably going to end up with an immature person. If you end up with anybody at all.
And be happy.
But yeah, you can't expect somebody that has a mature or three-dimensional perspective on life to take you seriously when you think like that. Like they're not even gonna waste their time with you.
Means nothing when it's put up against the manipulation.
When it's put
And
up
you told them, manipulate me. And they do, right? So it's funny because this audience, TMBR audience, can get manipulated. They have women up here who say shit out their mouth. Their lives don't match none of the shit they say. Nothing that they say. Pander to the men gonna love it. Eat it up. All of this exposes is that you're weak, you're dumb, you're easily manipulated. Right? And the ones that are easily manipulated are not a challenge. They want to convince the ones that's harder to manipulate. Remember, in Lion King, Mufasa is the king.
Mm-hmm.
He is the strong one. He has the brawn. But Scar is cunning.
Yeah.
He can't focus on fighting him one-on-one. So he has to think of a plan to destroy him. And a lot of times when you feel like I can knock a nigga out, you don't gotta think about it. Natural reflex. But just think about the people that's thinking about it all the time. And you know what brought this to my attention? This lady, Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
We be going crazy on Dr. G. Shout out to Dr. G, the real PhDs in the building. We let an attractive woman get away with being a doctor. We let her be a doctor, get on TV, make millions of dollars, become a best-selling author. Because she was pretty. Because she's fine. And she did all of that. They say
I wouldn't say that Cheyenne Bryant is ugly, but her attitude, ugly as I don't know what. I don't care how she look.
Yeah, but
She's disrespectful.
You can see past, you know, the looks and those other things. Most other people can't get past that. That's all they see, bro. I told you it's black and white. So that's why I worked on so many people. That's why I'm still working on so many people. For every 2 or 3 people you see dragging that woman on the internet, you know what I'm saying? It's another 2 or 3 people defending her ass. So that's
probably
what it is.
way more than that, because they all in their DMs and If
Yeah.
she's saying that she's counseling celebrities and whatever else, I don't think celebrities are all that brilliant. It's easy for them to get caught up in some kind of cult or something. And that's why I say to the people that come watch over here or they watch different people's content, this is what you will never hear in the layer. Don't go watch NT. Don't go watch this person. Or that person is dumb. Or that dude don't know what he's talking about. Or this is it's people that spend their whole show telling you not to watch other people. Stanley is over there saying, Nidus is not smart at all. Why are you guys there? But he was here. Stanley says, but he was, I said this to him the other day, but if I'm this dumb, you keep talking about, well, why was you spending money with me? He said, but the last time I spent some, I said, no, answer the question. I will not watch somebody that's dumb and definitely not send them money and definitely not be on the panel with them multiple times and be in the chat almost every single morning. What sense does that make?
But
don't worry, I unsubscribed. Okay.
But I can tell you this much, right? Like, usually people that are that weak-minded that would listen to me when I tell them not to watch somebody, if I told them not to watch somebody, if you're that weak-minded to let me tell you what to do from a microphone and a StreamYard account, chances that you ain't going to even watch me. Like, you're not watching me because my content ain't geared for people that are that easily influenced. Like, you're probably gonna feel real uncomfortable, around me, or even just by the words coming out of my mouth. I'm likely you're gonna feel extremely insulted, by me. I don't think anybody should be. Well, I mean, I know there are people that are that weak-minded, and they'll literally do as they're told. Like, it's always it's just like you said. It's kind of and a lot of social media influencers and content creators and channel holders, they do use the cult leader
the bully
rhetoric.
pulpit.
Yeah, it's they really do run their channels and their platforms like a cult leader does, and it's always got to be an us versus them. These people over here are bad. The only good stuff is what's over here, and stuff like that. And it's really sad that a lot of people are so desperate to be part of something that they will literally join a cult.
There you go. Have you seen them women that have argued with me in your chat and they think that when the guy's in second place and the woman passes them, that they're not in second place?
Yeah.
She's right. Yeah. She's right. I'm like,
that's why
do you understand what's being said? If you're in second place, she's now in second place.
Yeah, but she don't understand that. If I'm in second place and you pass me, what place am I in? Or what place are you in? She said first.
Yeah.
She said I'm in first.
People have argued with me in your chat about that.
Yeah. That's why I play it. It's funny. Dumbass hoe. What that, like, you can't make it. Why argue? Like, why argue with somebody that's that level of stupid?
It's dudes in the space that say they want dingbats.
Or I guess
fine dingbats.
Yeah, or I guess the term is dense. Like, why bother arguing with somebody that's that dense?
Their mind is made up.
I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. Like, there's no talking sense into somebody that only understands nonsense. Like, that's crazy. Their brain is not wired to understand sense. So why bother trying to make sense with them? You just move on. It's gonna cost you a lot more stress than it's gonna cost them. It's almost like I don't know if it's like arguing with Jay Prince, bro.
Oh yeah,
like I get it. Some nights or whatever you might be with the shit, but you gotta know, bro. You're not getting through that damn brick wall. Like, you're not. You have to know that. Like, he'll never get it. Like, ever. Brain's just not wired to do that.
You got a philosophy behind whatever the hell that is he's talking about.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris sucked dick to get in the White House. Do you know how insane that sounds? Do you know how insane it sounds to become vice president? Because you a girl?
Damn, yo. I'm in a bind, Nate.
Wow. She was in a bind.
I mean, I don't think it was just because she's a girl. It's because she was capable of doing as she was told, and greasing palms, and she had a history of it. So, and of course, she probably sucked a little schmeat too on the way up.
Yeah, Willie Brown, older
yeah.
man,
She definitely put the work in, but it's not just because she's a girl. It's because she put that work in, just not the type
little
of work that you
manipulation
think.
skills.
You know?
On an old man, they could get her to certain places.
Yeah. That's it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you attend to those levels when it comes to politics and just civil servitude. You attend to those levels by satisfying your constituency. That's it.
Mhm.
When people pay you to get shit done, you get it done. That's it.
Mhm.
Fuck all the right and the wrong shit. You do as you're told. So when you would ascend to that level, this is just the nation that we live in, and really the world that we live in. Those people make it that far because they're puppets
Mhm.
and good ones.
If you can get some stuff done, you can move somewhere. Because I know out here we had a dude named Dela Fuentes who runs the Fruitvale district, most beautiful part of the city. That in downtown Oakland. The part where the sister run it looked like dystopia. And the reason why is because she can't get them people to vote. Listen, when these Mexican folks be voting for Dela Fuentes, he get them to tie ropes around themselves and walk down the streets to stop cars from going across. They be in big old. I mean, we just ain't. I don't see our real active participation like this.
This is no different than a Joy Reid or a Tiffany Cross or a Roland Martin or something like that.
Yeah.
They would still have their jobs on mainstream media networks had they been able to get enough damn black folks to vote Democrat. Okay? That was their job, to get some shit done, and they failed, so they got fired.
There you go.
Like it's really that simple. They were never journalists, they were never any of that shit. Their job was to influence and get some shit done. Ain't nobody lose their damn job at Fox because their guy won.
I would call Roland a poverty preacher.
Yeah. But
look what they're doing to us, and everybody coming together, and almost cultish.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, and also it's a serious banana in the tailpipe. People can't say anything to me when I go up there and say it. I'm like, okay, I get it. Orange man badge, you hate him. I don't like the son of a bitch too much neither. But what's the purpose of still campaigning against the motherfucker when the election ended 2 years ago?
It's the best content I think they can.
and he's not going to run again. Like, shouldn't you be propping up the new candidate right now instead of using your platform all day, every day to campaign against the motherfucker who's in there for the next year and a half? Like, because he's going to be in there until November of 2028. We're about to enter into July of 2026. And I see multiple platforms still campaigning against the son of a bitch. Like, could somebody remind these people that the election ended 2 years ago?
I don't think so.
They don't know that. So it's tough for me to even get into an argument with those people about politics or anything else, because I'm like, what the hell are you gonna do? And because right now, because you still campaigning against somebody that's already in there and likely ain't coming out until they either die or their term is over, chances are you just gonna get another motherfucker in right after this shit, just like him,
pretty much,
or worse. Because keep in mind, as much as you hate the son of a bitch, there's a reason why he's there, and it's because of the people that were in there before him. And I ain't just talking about the last of it. I'm talking about you can go back since administrations before my ass was even born in the 80s. That's it. You know, that's it. All of that shit led up to this. That's why you got this motherfucker. So what the hell is going to come next? You know, but nobody even knows. I'm like, who's the new candidate? Who's the new candidate? Nobody knows shit. Oh, I don't know. It could be this person. It could be that person. That'll start a whole new argument amongst some motherfuckers. They don't know. You know? So I'm like, I think your energy is wasted if you're about to sit here. You guys got more smoke for the motherfucker that's sitting in there than you do for your own people, like your own party, you know, your own party or your own affiliates, as far as choosing another one, choosing the next one that can actually win. And is actually going to do something for you and change the status quo. Nobody gives a fuck, you know. It's easier to just stare and yell at a rain cloud and expect the weather to change. It's crazy.
So let's see what these men say about. I'm sure JP gonna agree.
We already agreed. Most people are not leaders.
Yeah.
Out of the two followers, are the men followers more qualified to speak about followers or speak to the other followers, or the women followers more qualified based on measurements of success?
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Trigger Mike.
All right, so Cheeky, I'm gonna cancel your whole premise as wrong, and it's not about the men. The reason I believe it's wrong is because men, when you look at us and you start assessing us, y'all are right. But most of the time, y'all are talking about leader of leaders or, you know, alpha characteristics. So I think what Hemp just laid out is most men don't have alpha characteristics. That's why if we were all alphas, there would be no need for that distinction. To understand what Cheeky is saying, you have to understand the nature of women, not men. All right. So the reason I said that the men are always more qualified is that you have to understand what a leader is by default. A leader is not all this stuff that we talk about in modern times. Leaders are really just the most accountable person in a group. Or, Cheeky, this is the part that I want you to kind of maybe tailor your thinking to. The leader is the person that has to be held responsible when it's inconvenient. So I want you to understand those two things that I just said. One of the major characteristics that we really try to dig at the women at is that they take no accountability. How can an unaccountable woman then take responsibility or accountability for the actions of other people? She won't take accountability for her own actions. All right. So we can't call them leaders because of that. Number two is, if we really want to notice in society how this works, women don't want to lead. They want to feel like leaders. They will not stand in front of a man when it's inconvenient and say, don't blame him. This is all on me. This is my fault. I'll pay the toll. I'll take the hit. They don't do that. So what we're really doing is lying for them by pretending they want to be in charge or that they want to lead. They do not. And where that comes full circle for me to say the men are always the ones who are left leading is that we are the ones left on the battlefield after the war. So it's inconvenient to lead at that point, and we the only ones there. I promise you, no man ever put a woman in the kitchen. All the women went there. When it's time to fight, when the guns come out, when it's time to build some houses or stay outside in 110-degree weather and build some roofs and do what is inconvenient, the women go find other things to do, Chief. That's the point. It's not that all men are leaders. It's that all men are responsible for the fixes of society when it's inconvenient. You have the floor.
You know, ironically, they have a lady, she have a song, and it's called Blame It On Me, Say It's My Fault. You said the lyrics.
You're on mute.
You on mute, Ham.
I was saying, Mike simply saying, when it's good, men say we. When it's bad, men say me.
Yep.
Women do the opposite.
That's great. Now we're talking about a subsect of men that will do that. How many of these men that you see here have done that? No, it's the women's fault. So you see how it come full circle?
Well, when you use this, but if you're using a subset of men,
we're not using the subset.
No,
Gen
no,
X,
see,
the
Hey,
Gen X
No,
men
no, no,
blame
hold
the
on, hold on,
women.
hey, to be honest with
Hold
you,
on,
bro,
use the subset of
Cheeky is right. That's the biggest issue. That's why these conversations keep coming up. I've had these conversations before, and that's what it is. That's what true leaders do. You know, you have to be willing to take some of the credit, but you also have to be willing to take all of the blame. That's not a gender specific thing. That's just people that aren't built for leadership or accountability.
do you
That
think
can be
women
women, that
take
can be men.
all of the blame?
Rarely.
Yeah,
They
they
rarely
don't do that. They don't do that.
Rarely they do it. Rarely they do it, but also there are a lot of men that refuse to do it too. So I
Have
agree
you
with what Cheeky
have
is
you
saying.
have you ever had a woman be mad at you for something that she did wrong, but she don't want to admit she's wrong?
Hell yeah. Not only that, I've had women demand that I apologize for the fucked up shit they did.
Yeah, that right
Demand
there.
that I apologize to them for the fucked up shit they did. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's what it is. But as men, we expect that from women. Like we expect that. We expect that shit, bro. Like again, I'm not going to get mad at a gray cloud
Oh yeah, yeah.
because it drops rain, and I'm damn sure not going to expect a gray cloud to not release,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
to not
So
create rain. Like that's just what the fuck they do.
lots of men accept that though.
Yeah, well,
And I
very
think
few
that
men these days. That's why they be on the internet crying, bro.
I think the ones that be crying, well, see, that's a generational thing, I guess. The ones that be on here crying though, that's a generational thing. Because
That's
these
what I'm
younger
saying.
cats, I mean, I just think my generation, the conversation was, we're too brutal. We need to use our words more. We want somebody that's more emotionally available. So then we raise our kids to be more emotionally available based on what the women were saying. Not every one of them kids is zesty and sassy
Well,
and all this
that's
other
an
stuff.
issue too. I mean, look, I've been having this argument on here for years because every time you use words like accountability, you'll have women say, "Hey, you're blaming the women." It's like, no, accountability and blame are two different things. Blaming somebody or taking blame is saying, "Hey, it's your fault or it's my fault or whatever." That's blame. Taking accountability is saying it really doesn't matter whose fault it is. This is my role in the situation.
Exactly.
This is my role in the situation. And this is what I can do to make sure I don't end up in this situation again, or this situation doesn't come up again. That's accountability. It doesn't have to be your fault to be your problem or for it to be everybody's problem. It doesn't have to be your fault. But that's true accountability. I always say, it's always your fault if you lie to me, but I have to take accountability at some point for believing a liar. That's on me.
Yeah. My thing is this. Do you want repair or do you just want to vent? And I know they just want to vent. The destruction can continue to go. You got a home where you can get a refinance to get money to pay for school, but you choose to get a student loan which has balloon payments and high ass interest rates. Wouldn't you get the money from your equity and let your mortgage go up $200 and that's fixed instead of going to get a student loan? So the lady goes and get a student loan, gets a high ass balloon payment, gets out of whack. Do you think the shopping stopped? Do you think the vacation stopped? You now got a student loan that you got to pay back. With all it, so student loan, still shopping, still taking vacations, whatever else, and saying that something's going wrong. Yeah, it's called a student loan and overspending.
Is that Fannie Mae or Sally Mae?
I don't care if it's Kathy Mae, the shit is backwards.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I do agree with Cheeky because I mean that just like you said, it's just a different situation. Like, I was taught this, you were probably taught this in your day and age. Like, look, as men, we understand that shit. You about to, hey, it's always your fault, motherfucker. Even when it's not. That's it. So you expect that shit. So if you expect, women to just change who the hell they are today and just, hey, no, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. Nah, that's probably not going to happen. Now if you do end up with a woman that has that much respect for you, she'll at least try to, understand what the situation is. And, at some point, accountability will start to come. And instead, people will be more focused on avoiding mistakes than they'll be for placing blame for mistakes.
Yeah.
Because that's what maturity is about,
And a lot of people don't ever mature.
Yeah.
No, Chase, you're right. Men do it too, but here's the difference between when a man does it and when a woman does it. Men aren't really looking for women to be so-called providers and do X, Y, and Z. So if he does that, any woman worth their weight in salt can see that. She can see a fool parts from his money. And what's she gonna do? Take a little from you, get away from me, because you ain't gonna be able to maintain it. You're gonna lose everything.
I'm just saying, I mean, look, it's just if you expect things to change, you can either accept the fact that you dudes are delusional as all hell, or you can just refuse to deal with women. That's not going to happen. I mean, for me, that's never gonna happen. Like, I can't not see what the fuck is there. And of course, I'm gonna deal with a woman. Like that's what the fuck I do. You deal with women. Like a man, I'm deal with women. I'm not gonna not deal with them because they do crazy shit. Like, what the fuck? They're women. Like, that's what they do.
And I really think that everything we talk about on here is a minority of people. The players, minority. The 6 foot tall, minority. The ones with a bunch of money, minority. Almost every single thing we talk about on here is a minority of people. So if you focus on minorities of people, is that projection? That's one for you to think about, Aruella. You lucky them certain women ain't over here to call you all kind of tethers and stuff. I don't mind you trolling.
Men, the subset of men outdo the subset of women.
Right, but we're not talking about the subset of leaders. We're talking about the average follower out of the two followers, right? Because what y'all keep trying to do is bring that subsect to represent the follower men. We're not talking about
You're talking about follower men. Okay.
We're talking, follower men. The man the notorious nutter who nutted in that woman. All right. That's what shout out to Fantastic for that. And the other men that don't seem to take any accountability here, right? Because we accept that too. If you compare the followers, follower for follower, who's got more qualifications based on the measurements of success?
To lead?
No, not to lead. Because your whole premise initially was the followers are complaining to the leaders, but you're a follower. So what do you do when two followers are complaining to each other? Who's more qualified and whose complaints matter more?
The follower that's more accountable.
And what man is more accountable than a woman who has to have kids? And based on the measurements of success, how many men have told you it's in my nature to smash? That's all I can do. I just can't help it.
Most of us.
Okay. Now, how many of those men measurement of success would match the statistical average of the measurement of success for the opposite side?
What you mean?
Can I?
So, for
example,
measurements of success, female followers,
sorry, dog. This
versus
shit.
measurement.
This shit
It's
make
too
my
intricate.
motherfucking
Yeah.
I was about to say this shit make my motherfucking head hurt, dog. And you listening to a 30-some-year-old virgin that just broke down a damn quadratic equation to talk about leaders and followers arguing with each other. True leaders are too busy leading the way to give a fuck about what two motherfuckers is sitting in the same damn spot refusing to follow somebody's lead. Look, most people by nature are followers. Okay, they do as they're told, or they do what they think they're supposed to do, and are non-confrontational and don't want to go against the grain. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Most people are like that, you know. So if you are an exceptional man or an exceptional woman, you are likely going to be drawn to an exceptional woman or an exceptional man. That's the way it's going to work. But if you are a typical man, chances are you're going to get you a typical bitch. If you are a typical woman, you are going to get you a typical dude, a typical nigga. You know, like that. That's what it is. So you can't trip when you a typical motherfucker that deal with other typical motherfuckers and you get typical results. You're just another statistic. Have a nice day.
You're gonna jump forward a little bit.
They're gonna get mad at me for saying that though, because it hurt people feeling when you tell them they ass is typical or basic. You know, a typical basic, average.
Look at where the women go
You know?
when leadership is inconvenient. They retreat from the leadership.
How are you
circle.
measuring that?
In the household?
You're making a statement. How are you qualify your statement?
Qualify the statement that women don't want. So basically,
That they're running away from accountability.
All right, so
or
let me
running
give you an
away
example.
qualified.
Let me give you an example of how you did this. I think somebody fact check me on this. I think 70% of any teacher in elementary, middle, or high school is a woman. Yes. And I said, remember when I said black men do not blame women for anything, and we constantly take ownership of problems in the community onto ourselves, and we allow the women to deflect. Remember when I said, okay, now we have an 83% reading deficiency in schools across all socioeconomic groups. And I said, can we blame that on the women? You said no. Do you remember
Hold
that?
on, Mike.
At LM5252 donated $20 through Super Chat. This is the unit of measurement of success, marriage, children, homeownership, and a man is considered a loser if at least he didn't have it at some point in his life. Men are obligated at birth to protect and lead.
Okay.
So if he was married and then get
wait,
divorced, he's successful. I'm confused. I'm
Wait.
confused by that. Go ahead.
Men
Well, one thing,
are
right?
obligated
Make
at
sure
birth.
that everybody speak before they speak, you know. So
Okay.
I'll help you guys. Good morning, Keon.
What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Devin. Lee, salute, J.
What's up, Romello? I already spoke to Rapid. Adam must be the only one over there in the vertical because he's writing paragraphs. Yeah. And then what you'll notice, Orwella, when you say goofy things like tethering yourself to me, I'm almost 60, girl. You look at best 24, 25. I'm cool. My daughter's 10 years older than that. You got to at least be older than my daughter. And I wouldn't tether to you because you talk too fucking much. I mean, respectfully, you young still, but yeah, I can't listen to a woman babble like that.
P, what up?
Good morning. Good morning.
So, where was Trigger Mike? And then Devin hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think
talking
I'm
about-
gonna
I'm
drop
talking about
down.
the teachers.
I'm gonna drop down,
The
Night.
teachers basically-
Man,
Yeah.
hold up. No, I appreciate you having me up. I think this
sure.
conversation right here, you know, respect to them for having it, but I do think it's extremely it's just extremely elementary. And if these are the conversations that you're having as a grown, mature adult, you're probably a lonely motherfucker. Like for real. You're probably a lonely motherfucker. Your best friend is likely a microphone and a camera. But on that note, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man, and enjoy
Salute.
my
Appreciate
evening
you
in
for
real
coming.
life. Yeah. You have a good night, bro.
Yeah.
I'll
You too,
check
sir.
your Cash App in a few minutes. Bro.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, bro. You
Yep.
check that Cash App in a few minutes. I got you.
All right. Appreciate you.
He was saying that there's been a educational downgrade or educational decline, and women, because women are the majority teachers within our education system, should they take the blame for that? He brought up the conversation that we had previously and said, should women take the blame for that particular stat? And I said no, right? I say that the parents, whoever the parents are, right? That's what I think. That's how I think education works. It doesn't just work within of school. It happens outside of school.
You said the system. You didn't say the parents. I said the parent.
Okay, well then
you said the system.
Oh, fine. Even with that being the case, that's fine too. I don't mind that being the system, right? When you do things or you don't have a system or you try to degrade a system that has shown itself to work, like feeding kids that don't have what is it? For giving kids the free lunch, because that's what the conversation was. It was on Donald Trump and his taking away the free lunch. People keep trying to do those shit, and that's up to the parents to do that. Yeah. Why would you take away something that was statistically proven to help kids that can't afford lunch? And y'all saying that's not the system's job, that's the mother's job. So even with that being the case, it's men trying to take away something from women who could benefit from that.
All right, Devin, what you think that you heard so far, man?
All right. First, I want to say, as far as definition wise, I think Cheeky came up here and kind of said something that was factually inaccurate. He was conflating saying protector and defender is the same thing, when protection is like preventing harm, and creating a safe environment where defending is actually repelling like an imminent threat. I think they're close in definition wise, but they're not the same thing. So I think that's the big. I think when it comes to protecting, I think men and women play a big.
If somebody pop you, the best you can do is jump in front of the bullet. All that protection stuff is another interesting conversation. Let's do this though.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, Betty, the dough. Buddha, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
Shout out to Auntie for being a man of his word and sending the cash app. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. More people be like Auntie and support the show. Let me see. Yeah, see, these conversations right here get real intricate and detailed, and I don't watch them either.
One person who has the final say of what goes on. He takes the advisement of everybody under him, but there's only one person who makes that final decision.
Can we just?
If I could before, because I was actually supposed to be going next. I've been letting people talk, but So personally, right? Go ahead, JP. My bad, JP. Go ahead.
What's up, JP?
What's up, Hemp?
What's up, bro?
I want to say something. What's up, everybody on the platform? I want to say,
Arvella is trying her best. Arvella, like 7 minutes ago, you didn't hear on the microphone I was telling her how nice her nails look, and I told her happy Juneteenth 7 minutes ago. You're hilarious.
Two things what Trigger Mike said. Would you die for something and not be a leader? Well, most black men did that for the military, and they not the leader of the military. That's one. And then when you say the least, black men is the least controlling, I can believe that because you don't have no control. That's why you the least controlling. The thing is, what Lee was saying, I was more in line with that. Black men, I don't know why y'all keep trying to be this leader. Like, what you gonna gain from this? Because your leadership is a gaslight. Your leadership is to take people bullshit. The only time you even acknowledge this to be a leader is when you taking bullshit, right? It's no different from if a woman see you get your ass beat, right? You can then war and talking about you the strong because she no longer see you no leadership light, right? And so when the government, at one point, the black men were leaders of their families until the white man publicly showed black women that this man is not leading you. He can't lead you. And then when you say y'all are protectors, that's bullshit because it's public, especially now we have these social media accounts. Black women get beat on and deleted from other races of men. Black men don't show up. Period. So talking to all this protectors, I would not advise my daughters to depend on 0 black men to lead her nor protect her. I'm gonna tell them you got to get on your own. And then when we talk about leaderships and leaderships, this conversation will be about women. You got to go after the men that put these women in charge. Real leaders take charge. They don't act. They take charge. The government didn't ask us permission to lead us.
Ask
us. He took charge. He took over and made us follow him. And if black men ain't trying to do that, well, you need to throw this leadership, this overcompensating leadership to make you feel good, to put a woman below you, to just make you feel like a man. No, in order to be a real leader, you got to become that man. You got to really go out there and do what it takes and take charge. If that comes with something that it's not by getting another man's leader, education, his standards that he done set the parameters on how he want us followers to follow in his country, right? So that's not the answer.
He been saying it all these years, though. Let's give him that. He is consistent. Listen, y'all, if y'all enjoyed the show, be sure to support the channel by Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. But I think we're going to stop right there after hearing him say something he's been saying for years. And Orwella, I love that you come to hear my nonsense. You be great, as well as the rest of you guys. Happy Juneteenth.
We'll shut this motherfucker down.
That's all, folks.